Don't miss the Wilson Security Black Diamond AFL this weekend. Entry to all games is free. Check out the game times and venues at bdafl.com.au. Black Diamond AFL and Prime 7, your local AFL team.
No one here, ready for single patrol. Stand by. Car 33, proceed to level 2, check on its service. Command, this is car 33, I'm going on my break.
Star 104.5 and Black Diamond AFL would like to thank the following sponsors for making it possible to hit the field week in and week out. Wilson Security. Wilson Security is Australia's largest and most innovative security provider. Prime 7. In 2014, Prime 7 has more footy on more nights, live and free. Newcastle Herald. The Newcastle Herald plays an integral part in the hunter community. Star 104.5. Star 104.5 plays the music we all love and proudly supports Black Diamond AFL. BLK. BLK, the official apparel supplier to the Richmond Tigers, Western Bulldogs, GWS Giants, Adelaide Crows, Gold Coast Suns and Brisbane Lions. Belmont 16-Footers Sailing Club. Located on the picturesque Lake Macquarie, Belmont 16s is one of the premier venues in the Hunter region, offering the very best in dining, promotions and entertainment. GE Industrial Solutions, partnering with the mining community in the Hunter for the last 50 years, delivering safe and reliable electrical equipment and engineering services to our customers. Sports Coast Trophy and Embroidery. Sports Coast Trophy are the leading supplier of trophies and embroidery on the Central Coast. Waratah Sports. Waratah Sports has been specialising in sporting equipment, sporting apparel and trophies and medals on the Central Coast for over 20 years. Subway Morisset. Subway Morisset is open 7 days a week, breakfast, lunch and dinner.
Sponsors: Express Lube Auto Service Centre, Hero Sushi, Westfield, Best Signs, Whitey's Right Price Tyres, happily supported also by Bank West, Central Coast Physiotherapy and Berkman's Chartered Accountants, all proud sponsors of the Killarney Vale Australian Football Club.
The Warners Bay Football Club would like to thank the following major sponsors: Black Butt Hotel, 7th Street Caravans, Bodyworks Physiotherapy, Creative Sensations, McKern Steel, and WBP Property Group, all proud major sponsors of the Warners Bay Football Club.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is round 4 Black Diamond Cup action brought to you by Bar TV and the Black Diamond AFL League. We are at Killarney Vale on the sunny Central Coast. The Bombers will be hosting today the Warners Bay Bulldogs, who are coming off a great win in First Division. But it's Premier Division Cup action, and joining me is Gary Birkinshaw on what is a beautiful day for footy, Gary.
Yeah, fantastic day at Adelaide Street Oval, and obviously the sun's out, Ryan, because you're back, mate. I know that you don't come out in the rain last week, so it's great to have you back here on the fine weather. It's first time we've been on the Central Coast. And look, I think we've got a really interesting game today. Killarney Vale undefeated at sitting up around the top of the ladder, coming off a good win against Newcastle City. Warners Bay, 0-3, started 0-8 last year. So they really need now to really dig in today and try and get their first win on the board.
Yeah, it's judging by the last sort of 3 weeks of weather we've had on the Central Coast, the ground's in probably as good as nick as it possibly could be. It's a little spongy underfoot, but still in reasonably good condition. I agree, Gary. Look, Killarney Vale knocking off Newcastle City. We covered their game against Cardiff. They were very good. And then once again against Warners Bay. And for Killarney Vale to get over the line against them last week in tough conditions says to me that they're right on. In saying that, they've had a few changes this week. Warners Bay are going to need to be at their best. They've got Joe McKern as a late change, one of their gun midfielders. As we bring up the team sheets now, Gary.
Yeah, thanks, Rob. Well, there you look at Warners Bay. There is a late change there. Joe McKern, a key midfielder for the Bulldogs. He's actually out today. He's going to be replaced by Kane Gibbs. So it's a big out there for Warners Bay, but they're going to need to look to some of their experienced players. Obviously, Scotty Bartlam, Jake Roach, Matt Marn and Ben Burns have done a really good job down back for them. Anthony Atkin in the ruck. So I think that they're going to be the key players if they're going to be able to generate enough scoreboard pressure to trouble Killarney Vale.
Yeah, that's pretty much spot on, Gary. It's the top end of Warners Bay strong. It's, their bottom sort of 10, 12 players that are probably not getting them across the line at the moment. They're going to need their young guys to step up. The Killarney Vale side, looking at it from the side that competed in last year's grand final, there are a few changes. However, the gun players are still there. Daniel Lloyd's back this week. Beautiful user of the footy in a gun forward. Rick White's playing. Kyle Walford, all the names you want. Shackleton, the experience, and Emity as well. Killarney Vale look red hot. Yeah,
look, they've got a really good side. As a grand finalist last year, had a really good win against Newcastle City last week, and Daniel Lloyd going to be a real big in for Killarney Vale. Missed last week through suspension. Has started the season in really good form in their round one clash against Cardiff. So I'm expecting a big game from him. And another big inclusion for Killarney Vale is Ryan Barrett. Expect him to provide plenty of run off half back with their captain there in Brendan Lewis. So look, it should be a really good game. And also we got back here with us today. We got Andy Statman Baldwin. He's just come off the ground, Ryan. He said to me, "Gee, it was a tough game out there." For those who don't know, Andy's a goal umpire.
Yeah,
how tough can it be, Andy?
Mate, I tell you what, it was muddy out there. Let's just face that. This first game on the Central Coast is expected to be muddy, and I'll just say this now, all the best to the goal umpires out there in the squelching mud down the far end.
Yeah, well said, Statsman. He's a man of the heart of the goal umpires across the world, and good on him. Important to mention the umpires today, the men in green. You can see them on the screen now. In the field, it's Joseph O'Brien, Darryl Luck, the veteran, Cameron Moore. On the boundaries, we've got Nick Hickson, Matthew Jeffrey. And in goals, Statsman's mates, Tom Sullivan and Riley Luck. Just about go time here at Adelaide Street Oval, the home of the Bombers. They're a hard side to beat here. My tip today will be the Bombers to get over the line quite convincingly as we see Brendan Lewis and Scott Bartlam go out for the toss this afternoon. Shaping up to be a really good match, Gary. How do you see the match sort of panning out?
Well, look, I think it's a real big test today for the Bulldogs. I think they need to stand up and be counted. This is the third time we've seen them this year. They've been very, very good in patches, but nowhere near putting four quarters together. If they can't put four quarters together today against the Bombers have got the side to put a big score on. But I'm expecting big things from the Bulldogs. They'll be in this game for a long way.
Yeah, I remember back to round one against Nelson Bay, they missed the start. Then they went and played the game we covered against Newcastle City as well, and they got blown away in the first quarter. They're travelling to Killarney Vale. They can't allow the Killarney Vale forward line to kick 8 goals in the first quarter and blow them out of the water by quarter time. That's what's happened each time we've covered them. They need to be competitive from the get-go, try and get some clearances out of the middle because they've got some big bodies, Killarney Vale. They need to assert some authority in the middle of the ground and try and put on some scoreboard pressure because it's been there in patches, as you mentioned, the second half particularly in a few of these games. But the first quarters have hurt them from what we've seen so far.
Yeah, look, and I know John Pigeon. I know he's got the boys. They'll be going to try to play a bit of a different game this year, trying to play more aggressive style of football, try more run, more flow. And so I'll be interested to see that. This is the first time we've seen the Bombers, but I think today... the Bombers are really going to be one of the forces this year, and I think that they'll probably get the points.
As do I, Gary. We mentioned before, we've seen Newcastle City in a couple of games this season televised. And impressive Killarney Vale. To get over the line, I thought that they would be right up there, Newcastle City. They obviously are a really good side, but for Killarney Vale to take the points last week. I think that's really ominous signs for what we might see today.
And just a quick shout out to all our sponsors for the Black Diamond AFL. Our major sponsor, Wilson Security, Prime 7, Newcastle Herald, Star 104.5, BLK, Belmont 16-Footers Sailing Club, GE Industrial Solution, Sports Coast Trophies and Embroidery, Waratah Sports, and of course Subway Morisset. So we're not far from getting underway here, and of course I think we've got other games going on in the Black Diamond Cup today. We're at number 1 sports ground. We've got Cardiff taking on Terrigal Avoca, and at Dick Burl Oval, Nelson Bay versus Newcastle City. We'll provide you with scores of those games throughout the day, but we're not far from a start here.
It's going to be Warners Bay kicking to the right of your screens. Bartlam lining up at full forward for the Bulldogs. Daniel Lloyd for the Bombers, as we would have expected.
Yeah, Warners Bay, they're in the, for those who aren't familiar with Warners Bay, they're in the red, white and blue with the white shorts. The Bombers in their typical Essendon colours there in the black and red. So we're just about underway, just about to get underway. Joey O'Brien, grand final umpire from last year. He's going to get the proceedings underway. Lenson's going to be in the ruck against Atkins, so it should be good. We've got straight away. We've got Metcalf has gone to White. White, one of the best players in the competition. So I expect that a big job there from Metcalf. He's going to need to get over the top of Rick White if they're going to get away with the points today.
Miffs had gone to Brennan.
Yeah, that's another good couple of hard nuts in there. So Bartlam is at centre half forward. He's got Barrett with him, so it should be good. Some good contest. I'm really looking forward to this one. We're about to get underway. Adelaide Street Oval, round 4, Black Diamond Cup action. Here we go. Up it goes. Good bounce. Comes back there now. Lanson, he taps it, but only to his ruck opponent there in Atkin. A hurry kick forward. Barrett knocks the ball forward there. Comes into Rick White. Goes in there. Coming in quickly is Deverell. He goes one way on the right, but he goes. Great smother there by Mifsud. Comes back there as Bartlam. Still away of Warners Bay. Handball. Back it comes out of Metcalf. On the left boot. Schindler Taylor nearly get his hands to it. Good spoil coming back there from Evans. Holding though. Free kick. It's going to go the way to Josh Nicol. 15 metres out from goal. A good start by the Bulldogs.
Yeah, we saw Metcalf. Looked like he was lining up for a defensive role on Rick White. And that'll just put something in the back of Rick White's mind. He gets a kick on the half-forward flank, whacks on the left foot, and a free kick eventuates from that. So well done, Metcalf, turning defensive footy into attacking footy early on.
Josh Nichols kicked a couple of goals for the club this year, so he's going to be important start. 15 out, directly in front. Ball strikes, it looks good. They're happy, the doggies. First goal on the board, courtesy of Josh Nicol.
Well, we mentioned before the start of play, Gary, that they've been notoriously slow starters, the Bulldogs, in recent times. Gee, they'd love that to get the first goal on the board against Killarney Vale at home.
Yeah, it certainly will. And look, good play. They just worked hard at it. And look, just even so far, looking at the ground there, with all the rain we've had, the conditions are pretty heavy. And I think you'll find the players will slip around a little bit. The ball's going to be dry. So just may favour a bit there, Warners Bay. And a good lead coming out there from Bartlam. So a good start by the Warners Bay Bulldogs, as we're back in the middle now. With Atkins in the ruck there now. Also up there against Lenson. Comes down there. Rick White gets it. Tackled there by Metcalf. Tackled by Atkins. Back it comes to Roach. On the left boot he goes. Nichols, the goal kicker, leads out there in front there of McLean. Comes back there now to Barrett. And Barrett on the left boot, it goes down there. Good work coming in there by Crotty for Warners Bay. Comes out there now, Brennan. He gets in tough. He come back last week, had a good game there. Good work, good attack on the ball. He's in trouble there now, however. Holding the ball. No, good decision there. Good work there by that time.
Sounds like Darryl Luck's got a dud whistle.
Yeah.
Very, very strange sounding. Brennan's got the free kick. He delivers into half forward. Nichols there. Takes the mark, centre half forward, 40 metres out from goal. He's got a bit of confidence up, young Nicol.
Yeah, good lead there. Good work through the middle there by Brennan, and Nicol there. He's just leading McLean out for the ball there, and that's twice he's got away from him. I think the distance is really going to test him here, though. This will be a good kick by Josh Nicol. He'll need to kick it from about 50 metres, and but look, it'd be good if he can get his second goal.
Yeah, on a wet track, it's hard to get the legs through the footy from that kind of distance, but we'll see how he goes. Confidence is up. This is Josh Nicol directly in front. He's hit the ball pretty well. It's going to die right on the line. He's got it. Josh Nicol has kicked his second goal. The second goal from the game as well. And Warners Bay lead 2 goals, 0-12. Killarney Vale yet to score.
Yeah, look, a good first 3 minutes there by Warners Bay. And so far they've got the ones who've got the centre clearances out there, and Josh Nichols there. There's even a bit of play there before that play there was Nichols actually led McLean to that ball as well.
Yeah.
He got a hand to it. So far he's been involved in 3 forward thrusts that they've got. So McLean's going to need to tighten that up. And Josh Nichols certainly an unfamiliar goal kicker for Warners Bay, but certainly a warranted one. So
yeah, not a big guy in any sense, under 6 foot, that's for sure. But takes an overhead mark and goes back, and gee, that was the perfect kick.
It's been in the middle again. Brian Atkin goes up there with Lenson. Great bounce by her. A great tap there by Atkin straight to Roach, but he's immediately tackled there by White.
Killarney Vale putting faith in young Lenson. They've for a few years gone with young ruckman.
Yeah, it's probably been one of their big Achilles heels. The Bombers really is having a ruckman. They've always been undersized. Max Mumford did it last year. He's not back this year, so really an area that that probably stops them from being up the top there. So it comes back there now. Is Mifsud. He's tackled there, and in the back, free kick's going to go there. Yeah.
Player down in the it might be Castle Nouveau, is it? He's down on the wing for the Bombers.
No,
it's not,
22 it is. It is
Zara.
Ireland. Yeah, so he's got to take it high there. As it comes back there now to Barrett. Or it's not Ireland there. It's Zahara. Comes in there now. Big chance here by Simpson. He gets it. Tackled by Money. Gets the handball out though. Stewart goes back for the Bulldogs. Handball the back. It comes there now. Oh, had a bit of a clap there was Rocco. But he's got it number back and he takes it out of bounds for a boundary throw. So the first pressure that the Warners Bay defence has been under, and they were a little bit wobbly. They're going to need to be a bit stronger than that today because they're certainly going to be under pressure throughout the day. As Nick Hickson throws the ball back in. Stewart's in the ruck against Lloyd. Over the back there comes Avery for Warners Bay. They kick out there now, but it's all there. Killarney Vale's Ethan Lenson goes back and takes the mark. Right on 50 there. Had a couple there. Skipper Brendan Lewis was also in the vicinity there.
That was brave for Lenson. Just called his captain out of it. Said, "I'll take the chest mark."
Well, no doubt about he's brave. He's got the bright yellow boots on, so no lack of confidence there as he kick goes in. That's a nice kick right to the top of the square. Up they go. Avery spoils it from the back. Stewart's in there. Lloyd off the ground. How is it? It looks pretty good. And the spearhead didn't take him long to get on the scoreboard. And a great soccer goal to Daniel Lloyd.
Yeah, he's just a natural forward. Daniel Lloyd. Probably wouldn't find a better kick of the Sharon anywhere in Australia, but he made that look pretty easy off the ground as well, did Lloydie. You could just see Killarney Vale set up the wall across hard forward. That's what good sides do, sides that are going to contend at the top end of the ladder. They set it up. It was an easy mark to Lenson, and he started well, the young ruckman, and delivered inside. A few of the young Warners Bay guys went up. Ball fell over the back, and Lloyd read the ball beautifully, kicked it off the ground for his first goal and the first for the Bombers.
Yeah, good goal there by Lloyd. So after 5.5 minutes, 2 straight 12 Warners Bay, 1 straight to Killarney Vale. Up they go. Good tap there by Lenson. Comes down now to Mifsud. On the right boot he goes. He kicks it long into half foot. Avery's going back. Simpson's there as well. The ball's allowed to bounce. Lloyd picks it up. A quick handball. Can't find its mark though. Warners Bay got the numbers there, but it comes back there now. Quickly in the direction there of Debnam. He gets it up forward though. Under pressure down there was Gibbons. He handballs it out. However, Stewart's got the ball. He's tackled. We're going to have a ball up. Right in the forward pocket there. Killarney Vale's end of the ground. Currently trailing by 6 points, but we're in the early stage of the first quarter. 6 minutes gone, in fact. Boundary throw. It comes in there. Lloyd in the ruck again. Up against Atkin. Atkin gets a tap down to Stewart. He picks it up. Gets a hurry kick. Smothered off the boot by the Bombers. Coming out there quickly. It's Castelnuovo was there, but going back there now is Brennan. On the left boot he goes. Experience there. And a good mark he's find. That might be Quinn out there, is it? No, it's not Quinn. It goes across the ground now. Dangerous kick here. Didn't find its mark. Going through there. Good in the back was a call. Play on's a call. It comes back there. They got the numbers back there now. It's on the boot there. That's Debnam. He gets it in the square. That's a dangerous position there again. Able good defence. They've got the numbers back there. And it's going to be Brennan again. A little kick out there to Mann. Stewart's there with him. Debnam's chasing him though. Good pressure by Debnam. Gets it back there now. They've got it coming in. Lloyd looking there for Mifsud. Good play out there by Trent Debnam, was able to put him under real pressure, cause a turnover, and Daniel Lloyd, you mentioned his kicking skills, and he's found Josh Mifsud 35 metres out directly in front.
Yeah, just a skill error across full-back there from the Warners Bay backman. You've got to hit that kick. If you're going to kick it across goals and open the game up, it's got to be hit. Good sides will punish you. Here is Mifsud, who's a very good kick for goal, must be said.
Comes in, strikes the ball. Just pushed it. Oh, no, it looks good. No, just pushed across. Just pushed it across there, through for a minor score. 5
points, the leaders, Warners Bay, early in this contest. If you just tuned in, Josh Nichol, the young forward, plays on a half-forward flank. He's kicked 2 early goals. Confidence was up. Daniel Lloyd responded with a goal of his own off the ground from the forward pocket.
Warners Bay bringing it out towards the interchange side. Goes over the back down. Now leading there quickly is Medcup. He overruns the ball though. Allows his direct opponent in wide to pick up the ball. Going to have another ball up right in front of the interchange area. Certainly going in hard both sides here, as you would expect. A lot on the line today, especially for Warners Bay. Currently 0-3 to start the season, so they need to get a win on the board. Lenson gets a tap down, taken there. A quick handball to Zara, but it's going to go out of bounds. On the full. Sorry, that was Greentree. Sorry, youngster there.
Yeah, you can see Scott Bartlam is trying to work up the ground. He's playing on Barrett, trying to get a kick and get himself into it. Hasn't left a tall target down forward for Warners Bay.
Comes back there now with Burns, gets the chipping around. Bartlam just needs to be careful, though. They need to have the target across half foot. He just need to be mindful that they need to find that extra target in between. Burns goes out. He's directed out there. He's Devil. Up his Greentree. Good couple of youngsters there. Comes down there. Quinn picks it up. It's going to be out of bounds.
Yeah, we can just see straight down in front of us it's Sorensen who's playing the lone forward out of the goal square. Very enthusiastic, but you feel like they're going to have a tall forward if they're going to kick a winning score today, the Bulldogs.
Atkins comes down there now. Back it comes to White. He's dispossessed there. Brennan picks it up. He goes to ground, gets a handball to Marty. He misses that out, however. Picked up there now. That time there was Walford. On the beat, comes in there. He'll try and get it again. Dispossesses Marty on the ground. They're both sides fighting it. Gets it out there now. Deverell. He gets it. Goes one way. Goes the other. Goes through the legs of Schindler Taylor. Picked up there now. Lenson. He can't pick it up. Mifsud. He gets it. Handballs it out. We're going to have out of bounds. We're going to have a boundary thrown. Bit of scrappy play there in front of the commentary area. So boundary throw in there. Ruckman do battle. Lenson Akin. Akin good tap down there to Brennan. He's been prominent early. Picked up there by Mifsud. He's also been prominent. On the right boot. Comes back. Doesn't go far there. As it's picked up this time by Prendergast. In it goes. Bartlam against Barrett. A good one-on-one there. Bartlam's got it. He can't get a hold of it though. He's got it there now. Goes 1-1 on the left boot. He has a snap at goal. Goes back there. They got numbers. Warners Bay. Just misses to the right, through for a behind.
Yeah, it was the right idea. Brendan Lewis has got it now, the captain. Always a kick in, and he hits the target as he's done for much of his career.
Walford on the left boot he goes, looking out the wing there. White's his target, chipping in front there is Greentree, and Greentree takes the mark. Just the half-back side of the centre. When he goes, looks to go in the centre. Wobbly old kick. It's going to come off all right. However, it's taken out there that time by Banbrook. Banbrook goes out wide. Tom Mumford's his target on the half play. He gets it. It goes through half forward. On the right boot he goes, looking in the direction. Lloyd's there. It's not going to reach him though. As Ben Simpson comes in, chips in front there of Dean Crotty. And he takes us good mark. And he's going to line up for goal. 15 metres out, directly in front. And this to bring the scores level.
Doesn't waste much time. Directly in front. Simpson goes back. Right foot strike of the ball. He's got it. He snuck it inside the left post. Killarney Vale hit the front. They lead by, I beg your pardon, it's all level, 2-1 each, 13 points sharing the spoils at this stage. You can just see, Gary, the outside mids of Killarney Vale working well. They've got the in and under guys. Mifsud, for example, he's been on the bottom of every pack, but they can get the handball out. They've got the runners, and when it opens up, they look a speedy, classy outfit, the Bombers.
I think you compare them to the Warners Bay, and you have a look at the Warners Bay midfield, real hard workers in and under type of footballs. I'm not sure that Warners Bay are going to be able to match Killarney Vale for the outside run. And I think that's an issue that could come up as we go. Killarney Vale have got plenty of those runners, good users of the football. The better users of the football for Warners Bay probably play in their back half. It's just through the middle going forward. I'm not sure they're going to be able to get that run. But anyway, they've started well. Killarney Vale have been able to settle now, and and we're back there now to get a decent contest at it. So it comes down there to Roach. Roach on the left boot. Goes there looking for Nickel. And Nickel again.
Grab.
This time he's leading Rumpler, who's taken on him now. So
Atkins started it well again in the ruck.
Yeah, he has. He should have expected him to dominate through Lance, and that's a good kick there by Nickel. And he finds Scotty Bartlam on the lead. So well done there by Bartlam. Well done by Nickel, who certainly he started looking very dangerous up forward.
You feel like if Warners Bay are going to win this game, they have to kick 15-odd goals. You probably need Bartlam playing that role out of the goal square. He's got a good engine. We've seen him play well this year. Inspirational leader. Let's see if he can go back and slot a goal when they need.
That's what the big players do. They kick these goals. Co-captain for Warners Bay. Off the boot. He likes it. That's what the Bulldogs need. Bartlam in form. He's got his first, and they responded to Killarney Vale's 2 goals, and they now lead by 6 points.
Yeah, Akin again, he's a really good ruckman in the competition, and he's won the majority of the taps so far today against a young Lenson. When they're getting the ball out of the middle, the Bulldogs, they're looking really good. They've got the young forwards. Nickel's got his confidence up, as we've mentioned, and I think they need to have the taller forwards, particularly a Bartlam type, leading out of the goal square so they can have enough shots on goal to actually compete.
Wilson Security is Australia's largest and most innovative security provider, delivering a wide range of services to a diverse range of customers. For all your security needs, call Wilson Security on 1300 Wilson. As umpire Luck throws the ball up in the air, Atkin goes over his head, Lenson's able to pick it up. He went for a try to have a kick off the ground, thought better of it. Come down there, Rose tries to hurry up, Lenson goes back in there, gets a handball out wide, it goes. Amity's out there, he kicks it off the ground. We've got a bit of a foot race going on there at the moment, and good contest out there. And we're going to have a ball up for a boundary throw-in, just in front of the interchange area. Aiken, Lenson wins that tap down, comes in the direction of Mum, but going down his Bambury, he gets a hurry kick handball out to Castelnuovo. He's in front of Burns. Good work there by both players. It's coming out there. No one's been able to get a clean possession of it. Bambrook is in and under that one.
Really good endeavour from Warners Bay as well. They've started the game with intensity and a really strong effort. You hear a lot of AFL coaches talk about effort. They haven't been blown out of the water so far, and they're really competitive in front, as you can see.
Hurry kick comes forward there. Dane Amity used experience to get the ball in front of Deverell. He kicks into a dangerous area. Goes down there now. Falls fortuitously for Simpson, the last goal kicker for Killarney Vale. But a good smother there now as they swing it out wide through Crotty. Crotty comes back. They're able to run it out. Marn gets it there now. On the right boot he goes. A scrubby kick though should fall for Lenson. He gets a hurry left boot kick in there. Into a dangerous area again. Killarney Vale half forward area there. Free kick, a high tackle. It's going to go the way there. So the back there. I think that might be Gibbs. Late inclusion for Warners Bay. On the right boot he goes. They're going to go long, and Brendan Lewis reads the play better, and he takes the mark. He's in trouble now. He plays on. He gets the handball backwards to Amity. He's now under pressure from Deverell. Stands in the tackle. Gets it back to Lewis. Good pressure here from Warners Bay. Comes to Lenson. He gets it on the boot. Comes back there. They've got numbers 3-1, but it's going to be the one there in Shackleton. If he can get a hold of it, he can't at the moment. The veteran defender turned forward. As Stewart gets it back, it comes to Gibbons. He's got him for a throw.
Yeah, it's just a simple mark, uncontested in the back line. It's just little skill errors, a little bit of a lack of polish that's probably cost them a couple of shots on goal now, the Warners Bay back line. We mentioned before there's no lack of effort. It was just, 3 Warners Bay players on their own, dropped a chest mark, and it spills out, and this guy doesn't miss too many.
Daniel Lloyd. Comes in, he's kicked one already. On the right boot he goes. You put the mock on him there, though, mate. He's pushed that out to the right.
Sorry, Daniel.
So one behind there, 3-1-19. Warners Bay, 2-2-14 Killarney Vale.
Important to thank
15 minutes of the first quarter.
Sorry, Gary. Prime 7, the Newcastle Herald, Star 104.5, BLK, the official apparel supplier, GE, Belmont 16-footers Sailing Club, Sports Coast Trophy and Embroidery, Waratah Sports, and Subway Morisset.
As Martin brings the ball out to the far side for the Bulldogs. Up they go. Good, kind of nearly got a mark there. It comes down there. Lloyd kicks it on the right, but he's likely to kick this after missing the last one. He goes right to the line, but Chris Avery is back there for Warners Bay. They're going to look to bring it out this side. Hurried on. Going to go there. And a poor kick, however, by Avery, and that's out of bounds on the full. And Greentree. He's going to go back and have a kick. Probably too far out to score. Right deep, a deep pocket, tough pocket out there. Lead comes from Lloyd. He ignores that. He runs around. He's going to put it in the square. He has a nice go. It's going to go right to the line. Over the back, through from behind.
I think John Pidgeon would rather see that kick probably 25 metres out from goal, so it's not just going to go over the back and go through for a point.
It's quite funny there. You looked at the young fella there, and he was always going to have a shot at goal. Takes a very good kick there. I think Lloyd made him a good lead, and Daniel Lloyd probably a little bit disappointed that he wasn't honoured. As Martin brings it outside this time, roaches his target this time. Up they go. Schindler Taylor was at the front. No one can take the mark. Who's roving down there? Runs over the top is Lloyd. Comes back there now to Evans. He handballs it over his head. Deverell picks it up. Goes towards the boundary line. Gets it back in there now as Crotty picks it up and away. Or Roach actually goes away. He goes there now on the right boot. He chicks in there for Bartlam. Bartlam, good spoil by Barrett. Good contest by two very, very good players. And the ball's out of bounds for a centre wing.
Going to have to do a lot of time in the midfield today, Roach. Probably going to have a lot of the footy. Really get his work rate up. Play 4 quarters of footy today, I reckon, Roach.
Lenson pisses it down there to Rick White. He's there, tackles under pressure. Good Metcalf's done a good job in the first 20 minutes on White. Hadn't really made a real impact. And we've got another boundary throw in right in front of the interchange areas.
Yeah, it was a good tackle there laid by Deverell. They're playing for each other, Warners Bay. They know they're dangerous players, the Bombers, and they're covering them well.
Fist there over the back that time from Zara. Comes back there, picked up by Simpson. He's immediately tackled.
Red hot. Silence is deafening, Gary.
Silence was deafening, yes. As Deverell comes in on the right boot, he goes. Up they go over the back. Too long there, misread, but the veteran Dane Amity, he's able to take the mark. Right on centre wing.
Thought he was one of their best in the grand final loss last year, Amity.
He's been a good performer over many years. Up they go, good mark by Stewart. That's strong. That's what you want your key defenders to do. Stand up tall. Right, but goes in short there. Aiken puts him under pressure. Good work down there. It comes in by Crotty. Gets a kick in there. Short it goes to Barton. We'll misread that. Barrett takes a mark, and here's the switch. This is what they'll be wanting to do. Gets it out there. Goes there now straight across to Edwards. Edwards on the right, but they goes out there. His next target's going to be Greentree. He's there with Rocco for Warners Bay. Greentree goes one way, goes the other. Boundary line. Taps it back between his legs. Going in hard there. I think that time was a claim up, but Marn picks it up. He goes back there now. Goes in hard with Lloyd. Gets it back in the direction that time of Young. He can't pick it up. Handball is good pressure by Warners Bay. This is the best Warners Bay pressure they've had all year. Comes out there, Sorensen up against Edwards. Good battle that those two there. Schindler Taylor keeps his feet. Well done by the youngster. Over comes to Sorensen. Handball's in ball looking for Nichols. Lloyd's up against him. Nichols goes one way, goes the other. That's holding the ball. He went to fend that off. And I'll tell you what, that is the same umpire has paid this Cameron Moore. He said there. That was he went to fend him off. The other one not 2 minutes ago.
I probably don't think either of them were holding the ball, but he's pinged one of them.
It comes down there now. Back it comes there, Walford. He's dispossessed. Tap back in there. Been for Young. Nickel gets it back to Aitken. Comes back to Roach. Roach now looks to go inboard. He comes out this way and Rocco's there. He takes the mark.
Really good footy, Gary. Like out the back, Roach. That's what you want to see. Bartlam leads.
Kick there. Not the best kick, however. It should sit for Lewis. He can't take the mark. Under pressure from Quinn. Good hip and shoulder there coming from McLean. And it's Lewis. He looks in there. Going in there for Shackleton. Can't take the mark. Going that there, they've got the numbers. Good work. Good hip and shoulder there by Deverell. Gibbs comes up, brings it along there. Overhead of Quinn. Coming in there is Mifsud. And just one thing, just noticed there at the moment is that I don't believe that that Jackson Island's come back on the ground after that early clash. So that'll be a big blow. He's one of their key players, plays centre half forward for him. So that'll be a big loss if he can't come back on as Evans. On the right boot, he goes, looks in there. They've got all Warners Bay. Not the best kick there by Evans. Now have a look as Gibbs is going to pick it up. He's going to go short there looking for Roach. And Roach is going to take the mark. Right on centre wing. Next up.
Schindler Taylor is the leader.
Going to go longer there. Bartlam's going to go over the back of that. Here's a run. Who's going back there is Lewis. Also is Bartlam. Good contest, one-on-one. Lewis has got it. He gets there, goes one way. Handball the back, indiscriminate there. Here's an opportunity for Warners Bay. They got the numbers. Nichols goes one way. Handball back to Stewart. Stewart the ruckman. Over the head he goes. Back in the goal square. Good contest there. Edwards up against Sorensen. Sorensen gets it. Goes to ground.
Gee, there were hands in the back there from the Killarney Vale backman. He did fall. Probably a good decision in the end. Gee, Brendan Lewis, he started the season the way he ended last year. He's just so energetic, tries to make every contest for the Bombers.
Yeah, look, he's just improved every year. He does. He's a fantastic leader for Killarney Vale. As we go out there now, that kick by Devon. He kicks it out in the direction of Edwards. Up there also with Marn. Good work by Brennan. He goes in and gets it back to Marn. On the right bit he goes, looking for Nichols. He's in front of Rumpler. Boundary line's too close. It's going to be out of bounds for a boundary throw-in.
Yeah, this is the time, the last sort of 3 minutes of the first corner is when Warners Bay's fallen away in previous games when we've seen them. They want to maintain the pressure. They'd love to jag a goal here late in the first quarter.
Atkin gets a tap down, goes through his Brennan. He's been very prominent, but also there, well done. That time by Mifsud. He gets on the left, but out towards the centre wing, though. And no one's out there. And we're going to have going to be a boundary throw-in. There's another player coming off for Killarney Vale. I'll pick up who that... it's Simpson actually. Looks to be holding a shoulder there as Mifsud. On the left boot he goes. They've got numbers back there though, Warners Bay, and it's really good. It's Roach there now. He's playing a little bit of a quarterback role today. That's a nice kick there. Excellent work. Finding out there as it goes. A good kick inboard. Looking for Bartlam. Once again over the head it comes. Edwards comes out. Sorensen stays in the goal square. Handball once again comes out for 50-50 ball there again. As Evans is there also going in there. That time for Warners Bay is Quinn. We're going to have another ball up, 30 metres out from goal. Very impressive so far with Warners Bay.
Yeah, endeavour around the footy's been excellent.
Atkin taps it down there. Nichols again, a hurried kick. Got to be Barrett. Barrett there, he runs off from Bartlam. Goes out there in front of Quinn. Barrett on the left boot. Where's his tail? They get numbers. They've got numbers behind the ball. They've done that very well all day there as Marn. He mops it up. No one does it better in the competition. He goes in there looking for Schindler Taylor. He gets it. He's a very talented young. Back it comes to Brennan. Can Brennan find a target? He's looking out there. Going back is Downing, and Jack Downing takes a mark. Good build up by the Bulldogs. And Downing's going to go back. He's normally a deadly straight shooter in front of goal. And he's about 35 metres out. Probably a 45-degree angle. So this will be an important one for the Bulldogs just before quarter time.
Really good kicks inside 50 by the Bulldogs. You know, they're not the biggest forward line in the competition, but kicking the ball into space, they're running onto it beautifully.
Downing comes in, strikes the ball. Does it look good off the bird? He's happy with it. So are the Doggies, and just before quarter time, that's an important response. And now a first goal for Jack Downing makes the margin at 10 points in favour of the Bulldogs.
Yeah, look, mentioned before, their endeavour's been up all game. They're looking really good around the contest. You'd have to say they're probably breaking even with the hit-outs and that kind of thing. I thought Brennan's been really strong and close, as has Mifsud, his opponent for the Bombers. Interesting to see as well, Lenson and Akin, they're both running out the quarter in terms of their ruck stocks. Mifsud goes back in there, as does Brennan. Roach is in there as well. So they're not rotating as heavily, I suppose, as you would expect this early in the season, but they're all being pretty competitive early.
Aiken, he's been very good in the ruck there. Just misses Roach with that tap. Lloyd there's in the centre now. He comes back. He brushes the tackle. Well done there by Lloyd on the right boot. Who's his target going down there? Debnan's down there. Rick White's going back there. Going back also is Metcalf. He's followed White down to the forward line. He's certainly done a good job, Metcalf, so far. He's stopped White from having any real influence on the game at all.
Yeah, he's maybe had a couple of possessions, White. Pretty quiet early. You want to beware of the sleeping giant, though.
And they come there. White gets a tap there just as we speak. A bit of an air miss there. Comes back there now. They've got the numbers. Good with handball. Back it comes to Marn. That comes from Gibbons. Yeah, they come there. Good use the body by Lloyd. Lloyd takes the mark there. It's too far out to score. Where's the lead? Lead coming from there. That's ignored.
Yeah, they're just sitting back in the hole here, the Bulldogs. It's good play.
As White leads out there. He can't make good spoil there by Stewart. Put enough pressure on him there. Going there. Good pick up there. Great tackle on there by Warner's Bay. And that's one thing that's certainly really impressed me so far in this first quarter, Ryan, is their commitment, their tackling, and they're able to get the numbers around the ball. They're probably working better for each other than what they have done probably in any of the previous games that we saw them. So, you know, very impressive start as Aiken gets down there, comes back there now quickly to Tom Mumford. He's kick smothered there. Punched away that time by Avery. Mumford can't take the ball as Brennan. And he certainly typified that, Nathan Brennan. He's certainly been one of the ones. He's got in and under. He's certainly doing a lot of the hard work, the tackling, the spoiling and the pressure. And that's sort of just got Killarney Vale just off their game just at the moment. Another tap down there by Aiken. He's just wearing out, getting us picked up there. That time, Odyby McLean comes in there, Mifsud. That's a good contest by the two of them. It's tackled down. Now, once again, they've just forced a turnover by Killarney. Schindler Taylor, very good work by the youngster. Have they got enough time to get a quick goal in there? He looks in the centre. He wants to go one way. Goes out wide to siren sounds. And a good first quarter by Warners Bay. And at quarter time, we've got Warners Bay 4-1-25. Killarney Vale 2-3-15. We'll go to Statman for the goal kickers.
Goal kickers so far for the game. Killarney Vale singles to Daniel Lloyd and Ben Simpson. At Warners Bay, 2 to Josh Nicol, 1 to Jack Downing, and 1 to Scotty Bartlam. Yeah,
for those that have just tuned in, a really good first quarter of footy. We've televised a few of the Bulldogs games this year. This is the most competitive they've been by far. They've kicked away. They've had probably only the 5 shots on goal, but they've just about kicked all of them. They've been very impressive early, Gary.
Yeah, look, a very good start by Warners Bay, but it's only early days. We've said before they've done good quarters here and there, been able to put the 4 quarters. So we'll be back in a couple of minutes with the second quarter.
The Warners Bay Football Club would like to thank the following major sponsors: Black Butt Hotel, 7th Street Caravans, Bodyworks Physiotherapy, Creative Sensations, McKern Steel, and WBP Property Group, all proud major sponsors of the Warners Bay Football Club.
Don't miss the Wilson Security Black Diamond AFL this weekend. Entry to all games is free. Check out the game times and venues at bdafl.com.au. Black Diamond AFL and Prime 7, your local AFL team.
Car 33, proceed to level 2, check on its service.
Command, this is car 33, I'm going on my break.
We have a visual.
Star 104.5 and Black Diamond AFL would like to thank the following sponsors for making it possible to hit the field week in and week out. Wilson Security. Wilson Security is Australia's largest and most innovative security provider. Prime 7. In 2014, Prime 7 has more footy on more nights, live and free. Newcastle Herald. The Newcastle Herald plays an integral part in the hunter community. Star 104.5. Star 104.5 plays the music we all love and proudly supports Black Diamond AFL. BLK. BLK, the official apparel supplier to the Richmond Tigers, Western Bulldogs, GWS Giants, Adelaide Crows, Gold Coast Suns and Brisbane Lions. Belmont 16-Footers Sailing Club. Located on the picturesque Lake Macquarie, Belmont 16s is one of the premier venues in the Hunter region, offering the very best in dining, promotions and entertainment. GE Industrial Solutions, partnering with the mining community in the Hunter for the last 50 years, delivering safe and reliable electrical equipment and engineering services to our customers. Sports Coast Trophy and Embroidery. Sports Coast Trophy are the leading supplier of trophies and embroidery on the Central Coast. Waratah Sports. Waratah Sports has been specialising in sporting equipment, sporting apparel and trophies and medals on the Central Coast for over 20 years. Subway Morisset. Subway Morisset is open 7 days a week, breakfast, lunch and dinner.
Welcome back to Adelaide Street Oval at Killarney Vale after a really intriguing first quarter. It's the Bulldogs that lead the Bombers 4-1-25, Killarney Vale 2-3-15. It was young forward Josh Nicol kicking the opening 2 goals of the match. Daniel Lloyd responded, and for the second half of that first quarter, it was a really even battle. Looks like it's going to be Lenson doing battle against Atkin again, as they were for much of the first quarter. Rick White yet to have a real influence on the match. He's being worn like a glove by Alex Metcalf. Brennan really impressive for the Bulldogs early, as was Mifsud for Killarney Vale, Gary Birkinshaw.
Yep, certainly been very good so far.
Here we go, second quarter action about to get underway. As mentioned, it's going to be Atkin against Lenson. Atkin had the better of him in the ruck early in the match. Away we go, ball goes up. That time Lenson gets a good tap down. Brennan lays a tackle on Mifsud. Ball sort of bobbling around. It's been a really high-pressure game early. Atkin gets the clearance down towards Schindler Taylor. Really classy movie, this kid. Gets a handball over the top, and that one goes in the direction of Quinn. Quinn goes to centre half forward, and a great grab. Sorensen. Sorensen's presented early. We mentioned they're looking for a tall forward, and between him and Bartlam, they've started really well, and it'll be young man Ryan Sorensen to line up for his first goal of the day. He's been active early, takes a really strong contested chest mark over the top of the pack. He doesn't waste much time. Sorensen runs in, 25 metres out, pretty much directly in front. Goal umpire doesn't move, And the second quarter starts the same way much of the first did, with the Warners Bay Bulldogs kicking the first. They now lead 5-1-31. The Bombers are 2-3-15. Only 40 seconds gone in the opening moments of the second quarter. Important to thank Wilson Security, the major sponsor, the largest and most innovative security provider, delivering a wide range of services to a diverse range of customers. For all your security needs, call Wilson Security, 1300 Wilson. That was Atkin getting the clearance out after a strong ruck contest against Lenson. And as we mentioned, much of the first quarter was a really promising-looking Warners Bay outfit. They started this quarter much the way they ended the first. Away we go again. It's Atkin against Lenson once again. White's there, but worn like a glove once again. It's Alex Metcalf laying the tackle. They'd be right around him today, Gary.
Yeah, look, they've certainly done. Metcalf did a good job last week on reigning dual LAW medal winner in Ryan Webster. He's got White today. Ryan Webster as well. Jimmy Webster. Ryan, you're reigning as well, aren't you? Yeah. It certainly is Avery. He gets the right. Comes in there. Up it comes to Bartlam. He's spoiled there by Barrett. Comes in falling there nicely that time. There, free kicks. Going to go the way against Banbrick.
Yeah, brilliant tackle. You would have liked to have seen Bartlam get the jukes out, and it's that man again. It's Brennan.
Brennan on the right boot, he goes in there. Sorensen, the last goal kick, up he goes. They need him to start getting some confidence. He's certainly a very good player as Barrett on the right boot. But once again, they've got the numbers, Warners Bay, and Marn gets a good one. Good handball out. It comes there now to Roach. Coming back there now is Metcalf. On the left boot, he goes. The awkward kicking style, but it could be effective as Schindler Taylor goes there. Good spoil there by Shackleton. And it's out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. Forward pocket.
Really like Metcalf's game so far. He's confident enough to run off White. He's definitely been a damaging player, and he's winning that contest.
Still no sign also of Jackson Island, which is disappointing for the Bombers. It comes out there now is Rumpler. Hurry kick there now. Going out there is Mumford. 2 against 1. Mumford will be hoping the ball goes out of the line, but it's out of bounds. Boundary throw-in.
Gee, I don't know if that was out, but it'll be a boundary throw-in right in front of the interchange gates. Just 2.5 minutes gone here in the second quarter. Warners Bay 1 goal.
Picked up there.
Yet to score.
Coming through there nicely with Zara. On the right bit, it goes to Lloyd. Up against Stewart. He can't take the mark. Good pressure by Stewart. Goes in there, tackles Cashel Nouveau's a good fight in the ball. Going to be a ball up right in front of the broadcast area. Great defender, Lincoln Stewart. We watched him a couple of times last year. Certainly been very, very good. And like that, he's very old-fashioned backman. He puts the spoil in there. He puts pressure on, forces the forward into mistake rather than anything flashy himself. The kick there, hurry kick back there, though. And Killarney Vale's going to bring it back in as well because he looks to go out wide. Barrett said that's what they want. They want to get the run from the fence. Barrett drops a marker. Turnover. It comes in there to Quinn. It's going to open up for Warners Bay. On the right, but he goes there. Nichols, who kicked 2 goals the first time. He's in front of Rumpler. Goes one way. Left-handed handball. He's not real confident on that. Goes there now. Is there against Mifsud.
Downfield free
Quinn.
kick.
It's going to be Lewis. Resulting free kick down there. They don't need to start doing that, Warners Bay. So it comes back there now. Castro Nouveau takes between wing and half forward. On the left boot, he goes. White's his target there. And this time he takes a mark in front of Martin. Matt Martin stands at the mark. Right on the left boot. Goes in there, good kick, and it finds Edwards. Some classy players getting their hands on the ball there now. Lead by Lloyd. No one in the goal square. Edwards will be kicking from 50. Will take a good kick to get it from there. Good defensive play. They've got the numbers back. Goes in short there. Lloyd makes another lead. Good decision-making by Edwards. He wasn't flustered. He just waited till the right opportunity presented itself, and then when it did, he certainly made it count and hits Daniel Lloyd on the chest. And Lloyd's going to go back. He's kicked 1-1 so far today, and this will be an important goal for the Bombers.
Yeah, really good build-up play from the Bombers. Daniel Lloyd. He's going to be one of the key forwards of the 2015 season. He goes back. He's a lovely kick of the footy. This one's not going to make the distance. It goes right to the line, off hands through, and it will be one behind to Killarney Vale. They're trailing by a couple of goals early here in the second quarter. It's a really good contest. Been a really even battle so far. Burns has got the kicking in duties for Warners Bay. He's going to kick out long with his left foot to centre-half back, out to the half-back flank. Goes inside, and done well there was Gibbons. He handballs out wide and back inside to Roach. Just throws it on the right boot out towards the wing. Brendan Lewis does sensationally well. Rarely gets beaten in a one-on-one contest.
Yeah, good work there. Out of bounds in front of Pat Quinn for Warners Bay. So good work. The defence is holding firm for the Bulldogs, and that'll be impressing Mark Bottrell, their coach. And they get numbers back, and that's a good effort of work rate. If you're getting numbers behind the ball, when things get tough, it's easy for players to run forward of the ball, not back. But they're very well structured at the moment. There we're getting a throw's been the call, and Matt Martin certainly been one of those key players there. Now the free kick's going to go to Atkin. Atkin gets a handball off. It comes to Roach. Roach runs past him. They smothered off the boot there by Lentz. It's going to fall short there. Walford picks it up. Hurried handball. Back it comes there now to Barrett. He gets a hurry kick. He slipped over a number of times today, Barrett. Lenson can't pick it up. He's under pressure from Warners Bay. They're all under pressure at the moment as Walford's on the ground. Back to Castelnuovo. He puts a ball under his arm and breaks through the tackles. Well done by the youngster. On the left boot it goes. Lloyd's a target down there with Stewart. 1-1-1. Good battle. Boundary lines it. Too close, and we're going to have another boundary throw in. We've played 5 minutes of the second quarter, and it's Warners Bay 5-1-31, leading Killarney Vale 2-4-16.
Throw in on the Killarney Vale half-forward flank, doing battle once again. It's Atkin and Lenson. They've had a good battle so far. It's a scrap of players. It's been a really tight contest in close so far today. White does well. He's on his favoured left side. That one goes to the top of the goal square. Rick White. Oh, bounced the wrong way. Gee, it was a bit of a Stephen Milne bounce. It's gone straight back into the hands of Sam Gibbons. He's going to do the kicking in duties, and he looks to come out to our broadcast side. Contesting there against Banbrook. Amity does well and gets on his left side, kicks back inside. Lloyd's there, couldn't take the half volley, threw it out almost. Comes out now to Edwards. Edwards has a shot and misses to the left.
Yeah, good work there. He's just attracting the ball at the moment, Daniel Lloyd, and the further he comes out from goal, the more trouble that it gets Stewart in, and it's a bit of a catch-22. So, but they're doing very well. Once again, the defence standing tall, although some of the good players starting to get their hands on the ball. Edwards now starting defence. He's now up forward, which I think is where his best position is. But they're good play there by Marnie. Finds Anthony Atkin, who's been very good in the ruck.
And a really good work rate as well from Atkin. He doesn't just do the tap work. He always leads and presents.
Nice kick there. Bartlam's. He's up against Barrett. A good sport. Goes over the back of it. Should fall for Brennan. He can't take possession of the ball, though. He goes in, goes to ground there. Gets a hurried handball. Out it comes to Nickel. On the right boot, he goes out there. Looking there for Quinn. Also Lewis. Coming out there to give him a hand is Evans. So 2 against 1. Although Warners Bay now get the numbers. Lewis gets out there. Handball back. It comes to Barrett. Goes one way. Goes the other there now. He wants to do a long handball. Having his back to the play there was Greentree. Ball sits up there. He goes there now. Handball back. It comes to Lenson. Back it comes to White. On the left boot he goes. Always a good user of the football, and finds out there Tom Castelnuovo. So Castelnuovo for the Bombers on the centre wing. Got no one there to lead out. White's made good running there. Good work. Should honour that. Well done. That is really good running. That's where Metcalf's going to be challenged. He puts his hands on his knees. White is a fantastic athlete. He'll run him off his legs. Goes in there now. Short pass finds Walford. Right on 50.
A couple of the Warners Bay Bulldogs are just kind of walking. They've got to keep concentrating.
Walford brush around one tail, goes to the square, and through for another behind. Wasting opportunities at the moment, Killarney Vale, but from their perspective, they are getting plenty of the possession now. A few of their key players are starting to get their hands on the ball. And they just need to steady now, Warners Bay. Just need to compose themselves and make sure that they use the football really well. And then when the opportunity comes, that they can convert. As Burns brings it back in for fullback. That's a nice kick. Roach is going to be his target. He flies high. He doesn't quite get there. As Rumpler puts his hands up also to take the mark. Comes down there to Banbrook. A quick handball looking for Debnam, but doesn't find that. But finds there instead is Jeff McLean. Good pressure there.
Good decision.
High tackle. Going to go the way there of Matt Marr, much to the pleasure of Ryan Webster there. Joey O'Brien, one of the best umpires in the business. As Marn on the right boot he goes. Sorensen makes a lose. Not going to get to him. Sits in a wet area there. They got the numbers now. As Evans is back there. He'll go in short there to Debnan. Trent Debnan takes it. Shows the ball one way. Bit of candy work there. It goes to their dangerous area. Falling over at the opportune time with Simpson. His shoulder is no good. He went off earlier. He's come back on the ground, definitely no good. So he's off the ground, probably won't take any further part in the game. As Lewis there, good work in front of Quinn. On the left boot he goes, looks in there, finds Zara. He does. He's too far out to score. On the left boot he goes to the top of the square. Who's going back there? The goal line is too close, and through for another behind.
Just needed to hold up the play then. It was, directly in front 40 metres out. He didn't have to play on. He could have gone back. They look better when they're chipping the ball around Killarney Vale, when their good users are getting the footy and they're controlling the tempo a little bit more.
9 inside, 50s to 1 this quarter. There's a short kick. How's that going to fall? Nichols there. Gets a hip and shoulder there. Good use of the body by Shacklin. Schindler Taylor gets a hurried, awkward-looking handball. High tackle there. Oh, he's missed that. That's unlucky there. Goes there, Banbrook. Goes a bit outside there. Zara on the right boot. Is it going to be costly? It is. That is a costly error by the umpire. That's all you can say. It was an error. It was a high tackle.
Yeah, we've got to speak matter of fact. It was the wrong decision. He took him high early over the shoulder.
Yeah.
Possibly dropped it after that, but it was after the original tackle hit the head. It should have been called.
Yep.
He was in the wrong decision. And he got his second chance, put it on the left boot and swung around. It was a very nice finish.
Yeah, take nothing away. It was a very, very impressive finish there by Zara. And that brings the margin back now to 5 points, 10 minutes into the second quarter. So they've been rewarded. They've had all the play. And, if you have enough play inside your forward 50, sooner or later you're going to convert. And they certainly made it count there.
You just feel like Warners Bay look better when it's a body-on-body contest. When they start to get some run, Killarney Vale, they look a lot more dangerous.
Goes there now as Brennan. He gets there, goes one way, goes the other. Good work. Got leg there. Play on the call as Bartlam off the boot. That's better football. Straight into Roach. Good play by the Bulldogs. Good work in the centre there by Brennan, who probably nearly been one of their, probably with Marn, I reckon, probably been their best. And a good spearing kick there by Bartlam. That's the class that he's got. And Roach having a breather in the goal square. Good lead, good mark. And now it's important that he goes back and converts.
Jake Roach, one of their key players, one of the big bodies. He started in the midfield. He'll go back now and have a shot directly in front. Kick from about 45. Roach, goal umpire doesn't really move. Straight through the middle. And when they've gone inside 50 Warners Bay, they have looked very good. They have been very opportunistic. They have made the most of all of their chances. Killarney Vale, on the other hand, it's been a bit more of a scrap in their forward line. It's a really competitive, good game of footy. You mentioned Brennan. For me, Gary, he's been the best on ground across both sides. I thought his attack on the footy, he's been in and under at every contest, and he's been extremely influential. Got it out to Bartlam, who's been good also. And, gee, when you're getting presented like that, Roach, they look very good, Warners Bay.
They certainly did. That's a good finish there. So, once again, get it back out to 11 points, which is pretty... it was a good response by Warners Bay, to be perfectly honest there. They've been pressured. Killarney Vale has all the play, and to be able to come back and do that just gives them the confidence again as it comes back there now to Quinn. He went to handball to Atkin, but he a good smother there. Well done by Mumford. They were about to have another inside 50. Handball coming back there quickly. That wasn't very good one that time. As a kick comes there from Deverell and a good mark taken out there. This time done by Dean Crotty. So a dangerous kick coming in there. I think that might have been... coming in from Killarney Vale player there. I think it might have been Banbrook actually, and turned it over there, and a good kick coming by Deverell, and he's found Crotty. And look, if he can come back and convert this will be a really good response by Warners Bay.
Absolutely. Crotty's done a bit of work across the back line in the first quarter.
Yeah, very good inclusion. He's missed the first game. He's under suspension from late last year, so he's a really good player for Warners Bay. Has been for many years, and the big players need to stand up, and this will be a big goal. Comes in, strikes the ball, looks good. Clapping in the square, the ball goal umpire's a bit of work to do, but not enough work to do because that's a goal to Dean Crotty. He's first. He becomes a 6-goal kicker for Warners Bay, and they're now leading. The lead's out to 17 points, 7-1-43 from 8 scoring shots. The Bombers 3-8-26, a 17-point margin, but the Bombers have had their 11 scoring shots, so making the most, 7 goals, 1. That's what you need to do. If you're not going to get as many inside 50s, you need to be converting all the times it comes in.
And it's not like Killarney Vale have been painfully inaccurate. They're just getting little balls over the back that are getting rushed behind. It's when Warners Bay are going forward. They seem to be having set shots for goal, 30 metres out directly in front just about every time.
So we go there. Good ruck there coming by Atkin. Comes down there now by Lloyd. Comes there. Little kick out there. High tackle there. It's going to be taken there.
That's advantage.
Go back. No, it can't be advantage. Can't be advantage there. Ball stops play. That goes back there now. That gives Warners Bay the time. Tell you what, that's pretty impressive by Dane Amity.
Yeah, Brady. Tom Brady.
Or the ball pumped up.
Yeah.
All right, they go. He comes in there. Kick there. He's going to go short. That good lead by Lewis, though. He takes the mark in front of Burns. Good lead by the skipper. He's going
He'll
to go
have
back
to pass this. There's surely no way. We saw Nickel launch one early on in the game. Brendan Lewis will have to lay this off. White's presenting leads. Who else is for Killarney Vale? They've got no one back home. Lewis is shaping up like he's going to have a shot. Will drop short. Who have they got there?
Going back there.
In the back? No.
Play on. That was fair. Use of the hand, use of the arm there. So good work. Back it comes to Deverell. Off the boot it comes to Marnie. Overruns the ball there under pressure from Castelnuovo. He goes back and picks the ball up. Stewart's go back there. The ever reliable defender. On the right boot he goes. It'll be a good mark if they take it there by Gibbs. He's over the top by Lloyd. Gets there. They're battling for the ball right on the point of the square. Comes there, picks up Banbrook. He's going to go. Only knows one way. But he's held up by Warners Bay. Right on the point of the square, right on the edge of the square there, 50 metres around, Killarney Vale's goal. They need a goal. Currently trailing by 17 points, 15 minutes gone in the second quarter. Off the ground that time by Crotty. How's it going to land? Falling short there. Going to ground there. Excellent work there by Demner. He kicks it out there in the direction of Michael Young, and he takes it. Got a lead moving down there is Green Tree, and Green Tree takes the mark. Where's their next option? It's going down the ground there. Come there, flying high. Can't take the mark there. Was Amity. Going back, they got numbers back there. And Rocco, dangerous kick there. Oh, well done, jeez. All I could see there was Rick White. I think Rick White was a son. You could just see that because it's going to fall up. But courageous
excited.
mark by Mahon. And Matt Mahon. Back pocket he goes. Kicks it out of the centre wing. Who's going to be the flyer? Coming from the side. That time was Young. Coming down there now is Nickel. He needs to give that left-handed handball away because there's not much penetration.
Good
well
throw.
done by Brennan. Good work by Nickel. He floats one forward. How's it going to go? Quinn takes the mark there in front of Rumpler. Good work by Adam Rumpler to hold him up as they had the players on. Metcalf is that player. Goes in there shortly. Just sits up in the air. That's very, very good work by Adam Rumpler. Then they had the overlap on and he worked that mark. So for any young player watching out there, as you really need, when you're standing on the mark, you're just not marking a line there. You're working very hard, and that then actually saved a possible goal. Comes in there, Nichols again. He's been very impressive. Goes a danger there. Roach has got the ball was kicked to his advantage there in front of Evans, and Jake Roach again takes a mark 15 metres out from goal, and they're certainly making the most of their every inside 50.
Yeah, it was. He just gave him 2 metres of space, and it doesn't sound like much, but when the ball came in, it was kind of wobbling around to the advantage of Roach. He didn't have to do too much, ended up taking an uncontested chest mark. He's kicking them from all over the ground now. He's just going to go back. This is probably going to be kicking from about 20 metres. Very slight angle, Roach. And he's missed it. Gee, that's 7-2, 44 for Warners Bay. But you feel like if they're going to get the points today, they really have to make the most of these efforts on goal because Killarney Vale will come, and they will come hard.
Yeah, disappointing miss, but he knows that as well as anyone. He's an experienced player. It's how they respond there. They're going short, Killarney Vale, and Tom Mumford takes the mark.
You're really interesting to see. You got Rick White and Amity playing one out in the goal square.
They come out there now, White. Wildford's going to be a target. Also out there is Lloyd. Playing numbers 1. Lloyd taps over the back. Very clever play there. It goes back there. Oh, good tackle there. That time on McLean. Good pressure there. High tackle there against Lloyd. It's going to go to Rob Schindler-Taylor. We've spoke plenty about him so far this year. Very impressive 16-year-old. He gets better with every game. Just grows in confidence. On the centre wing he goes. Right boot. Heading down the direction. Metcalf's a target there. Going up there. Also as Rumper comes down there to Nichols. His right hand's better than his left. Back to Crotty on the left boot. It goes. A dangerous area again. Roach is there. Bartlam's there. Roach has got it. Can't take the mark there. They're getting numbers back there. Good use of the body by Debnam. It clears away there for Lewis to come out. He gets a kick. They've got numbers. Killarney Vale here as Walford takes it. On centre wing. Handball's inboard. It goes in there now. On the left boot. Kicking in there. Looking for the Amity and the experience there of Amity. Really good kick by Zara there, and Amity's able to take a mark in front of Chris Avery. White's on the lead. Stewart's back there. Sorensen's back there. Up they go, 1 against 1. Play on's a call. Good
call.
Pressure. Really good pressure there by both Warners Bay. They work really hard to get back there. He looked pretty dangerous there. And coming out of the square, so now Sorensen's now, he's gone back to fullback after being full forward.
Throw in again. Ball comes to ground. Killarney Vale player dives on the ball. That was Zara. Comes back out again to Bartlam. He's playing all over the ground and away go Warners Bay. They've been very good on the rebound. That kick lets them down. Atkin, he's athletic for a big ruckman. Kicks it out to centre wing. Schindler-Taylor's on the run now. Will the ball beat him? He looks like he'll get there before the boundary line. He does. He's a good user of the footy, this kid. Delivers inside. Centre half forward. He's got it. Is that Burns? Metcalf. Gee, he's been good early. Started the game tagging Rick White. He's going to lay it off to Roach. Why wouldn't you? He's marking everything. He's deep in the forward pocket. Dropped the ball there. Could have been pinged. Play on. Bottom of the pack. It's a bit of a scrum. Umpire will have it. Good play, Warners Bay.
Yeah, look, interesting. Metcalf, it's quite interesting coaching there. Metcalf was tagging White. White goes to full forward, so straight away Metcalf gets sent to full forward at the other end of the ground, and he's certainly been moving there as a holding free kick's going to go the way of Pendergast for Warners Bay. And once again, now they're just doing very well when they get it up forward, and they're just repelling everything that's being thrown at the moment by Killarney Vale. And look, and Killarney Vale are throwing plenty at them. There's no doubt about that. John Pigeon's certainly working the board really hard, getting players. He's got a good versatile side, so he's certainly giving, plenty of moves to try and rejuvenate this Bombers outfit that's just not on song at the moment, not allowed to be. As Pendergast comes in for the Bulldogs. It looks like he's hooked that a little bit to the left.
I think that's what's probably going to bother Pigeon is when at every pack it seems like there's a Bulldog on the bottom of it. They on paper they've got a classy list, Killarney Vale, but you can just tell the workload and the endeavour of the Bulldogs, to me, it seems like they're on top at the moment.
Well, that's an encouraging sign there is Jackson Island. Comes there, back it comes there now. Lloyd,
what
good
a grab.
Nice, strong grab there by
Mark of the day.
Comes back there now, gets it. Oh, kicks it straight into Atkin, though. That could be mark of the day on the right boot. He goes. It's open square. Lewis is back there. Just misses to the right.
Ooh, could have been very costly.
So Island's now back here at the ground. So he's doing a bit of run there. So that's very good news for Killarney Vale.
Very good player, Jackson Island. It'll be the skipper, though, Brendan Lewis. He's got the kicking duties. Just need to settle here, Killarney Vale. They look better when they're playing tempo footy. He goes straight up the guts to that man again, Lloyd. But it's a 2-on-1, and it's a good grab. Pfeiffer. He's got it on the half-forward flank. Can he deliver? Looks to that man again, Roach. Roach couldn't take the mark. Oh, free kick, chopping of the arms. Jake Roach has got a free kick again. This will probably be his 4th shot on goal for this quarter. Brendan Lewis just infringing. Chopping of the arms was the call.
Yeah, good play by Roach. He's certainly been, a different perspective up there at full forward as opposed to when Sorensen was up there. Just his hard leading. He draws a good pace. He's a bigger body. He just needs to convert. Kicked one already. Missed an easy one as well. He claps that one. He's happy with that one. Good work.
Jake Roach fires. He's been the dominant forward of this quarter, no doubt about it. Didn't take the grab. It was infringed by Brendan Lewis. Went back from a tight angle, slotted the goal, and they're out to about a 4-goal lead now, the Bombers. Beg your pardon, the Bulldogs.
Yeah, 26 points at the moment, and we're getting towards half-time. So, look, Killarney Vale had all the response. They got it back to win the 5-point margin, and all of a sudden they've come out, kicked the next 3 goals to be able to push that margin out a little bit further. So they've repelled it. Not only they've been able to match Killarney Vale, I reckon they've actually gone ahead there now, and probably, they're playing the better football at the moment. There's Atkin, and that's where it's starting with Atkin in the ruck there. He taps it down there, comes out of down and gets a handball. Back it comes to Crotty. He fends off one way, then goes to ground. You hit your head on the ground, but play on there. Good work. They're able to run it out. Edwards now gets it onto Island on the ground. He'll certainly spark him. On it comes to Zara. On the left boot he goes. Amity's out there, and White also. And Dane Amity takes the mark. Right on the half-forward flank. Probably going to kick it from 45 metres out. He'll take a good kick.
You got Brad Edwards and now Island jogging back to the goal square. Matt Marnes jumped in the hole. He's going to have a shot this time, Amity. He dished it off last time to White to no avail, but he's going to go back now. He's a left-footed, really good user of the footy, Amity. He'll kick from about 48 metres, I reckon. Strikes it well. Won't reach the distance. Drops to the front of the goal square. Gee, this is still pretty risky. Danger's not over yet in the dying seconds of the second quarter. It'll be a ball up in the goal square with 2.5 minutes left in this half.
The inclusion of Ireland in that forward line certainly gives him a different dynamic now. He's a real classy player, probably their most ingenious player, and able to spark something that...
good word, guys.
Outside, I know. I've been working on that one there. Oh, good work there also by Five. That was a bit clever also. The ball sits for Schindler Taylor. Going back there also is Lloyd for Killarney Vale. He goes to ground. Five's in there. They'll be happy with the ball up there, but they get it out there. Well done by Lloyd. Back to Mumford. Looked in there for Castelnuovo. Over the top of Pendergast. And on comes Atkin, like a big man should do. He said, "Get out of my way, little man. I'm coming through." His kick probably not the best, however, but Lewis drops a mark in. Away he goes, though. He's got the time and the class and the poise to settle and find Lloyd on centre wing.
Yeah, he's playing a midfield role, Lloyd. He's getting plenty of the ball, but not having the shots on goal that we know him for. This one goes inside to...
Lenson,
the ruckman. He's had a pretty good game. Amity, he wants his left side. 30 metres out, chips over the top, and he just didn't kick through it. He kind of was in between having a shot and passing it off to Rick White. You'd like him just to back himself there, drill that one through the big sticks.
Yeah, they got away with one there, Warners Bay. The second player come up over that. They had 2 up and no one stayed down with Amity. And look, he would finish that probably 7 times out of 10. So they got away with one there. As Sorensen's going to bring the ball. That's a nice kick. It comes there. Bartlam's up there. Over the back it goes there. Downing's there. He goes to punch over. It sits up. They could be out here as Stewart gets it. Wants a handball to Bartlam. Misses Bartlam though. He should be able to run onto it. He's got a bit of space there. He goes long there. Not the best kick. It's going to fall all right. There comes into Medcard. One-handed. He takes the mark. Coast to coast, Bulldogs!
That is the best passage of play we've seen today, and probably, I dare say, for the Bulldogs season. Did not touch a Killarney Vale hand once it was from the kick out from Sorensen. Contested situation. It came out the back to Bartlam, and Luck's a fortune. He just wobbled one in forward, and didn't they read the play well? And Metcalf, been super competitive all day. Had the wood on Rick White early, and the Bulldogs are up and about, Gary.
Oh, they are. They're playing really good players, and the surprising link man in that is one who's also played very good. Is Lincoln Stewart. He was there. He got a little hurried sort of handball out, but it sat there nicely. And look, they're just running forward. They're making the most again of their inside forward 50s. Every time they go in there, they've got a nice open forward line. Nichols creating real havoc up forward and providing that real dangerous small forward. Roach has given that extra dimension also, and Metcalf's also been very good up there.
Free kick to the Bulldogs. It was a centre square infringement. Atkin has been a giant in this second quarter. He's kicked forward again. Looks up for Roach, that was. Try to take a contested mark. Schindler back to Roach. Puts it on the right foot. It's a snap kick. Jake Roach! He's got it! Jake Roach kicks another goal, and just like that, a free kick. Daniel Lloyd's down as well. Oh, I beg your pardon. A change of call. They've gone upstairs to the review, and it's been turned over. It's a touched ball. Brendan Lewis has got it in the goal square. 59 seconds left in the quarter. That would have been massive. Daniel Lloyd still on his haunches at centre-half back for the Bombers. That's big news as well. But, gee, going back with the flight. Fantastic mark there taken by Sam Gibbons. 50 seconds left in the first half. They need to move the footy Warners Bay. Gibbons sits it up about 20 metres out from goal. Who's got to run at it? Roach runs hard. Couldn't take the grab. Goes to ground. He's got it back again. Nichols there for the Bulldogs. Players jumping on top of one another. Will it get out? Doesn't look like it will. Across the face and out on the full by the Bulldogs player. It's going to be Zara, or is it Debnan? Debnan, I beg your pardon, who's going to take the free kick in the back pocket for the Bombers. 15 seconds left in this quarter. He doesn't want to make a mistake. He doesn't. Kicks to Barrett. Schindler Taylor will man the mark. They want to play one-on-one footy here, Warners Bay, and try and force a mistake. But he kicks down the line. That's going to take us to half-time. And at Adelaide Street Oval at half-time, we have the Warners Bay Bulldogs, 9-5-59. They lead the home side. The Killarney Vale Bombers, 3-9-27. Let's go to Statsman for the goal scorers.
Thank you very much, Ryan, for the goal scorers today so far. For Killarney Vale, singles to Daniel Lloyd, Robert Zaha, Ben Simpson. For Warners Bay, 2 to Jake Roach, 2 to Josh Nickel, and singles to Scotty Bartlam, Dean Crotty, Alex Metcalf, and Ryan Sorensen. Half-time here at Adelaide Street. We'll be back with the third quarter in a few moments.
Thanks,
back
Stats.
to you, Ryan.
Yeah, really interesting game of footy we've got here. It just seemed like the Warners Bay players were playing on confidence. They kicked a couple of goals, and you can just see the Killarney Vale players coming off now. They look a bit of a rambles a little bit. John Pigeon, he's got to send a strong message to his players. They just seem like they've been second to the footy a little bit. The class list they have is just getting beaten around the packs a little bit at the moment. And when they go forward, the Bulldogs, they look really dangerous. They had 8 scoring shots at one stage and only had the one behind. They looked very good. When the Bombers went forward, they just couldn't convert. 3-9-27, the Killarney Vale Bombers. 18-12 inside 50s. Bombers that quarter, Statman. Important to thank Wilson Security, our major sponsor. Australia's largest and most innovative security provider, delivering a wide range of services to a diverse range of customers. For all your security needs, call Wilson Security on 1300 Wilson. Yeah, we're going to go down to Gary Birkinshaw now.
2-2.
Hello, sir. Started last week, so yeah, very happy with the attack on the football. Able to link up. You know, they're a very good quality side. So you know, I've just told them to go at the footy, get the footy first, and it's up to us what we do with it.
They're inside. He's there. They've got a really open forward line. You know, Jake Roach certainly made a good influence.
Yeah, no, switched him down. He wanted a bit of a rest, so you know he's a good hard leading player, so and can kick the ball. So very happy. Spoke with him. Josh Nickel is getting his hands on the ball. I asked a bit of him today, so and he's put his hand up. So very happy.
Yeah, good first half. You haven't put 4 quarters together today, so that'll be one of your main at half time.
That's it. That's what we'll go and speak to the boys, and yeah, hopefully after half time we come out, kick the first 1 or 2, maybe 3, if we're lucky. Yeah, just keep attacking the footy.
Go on, Mark. Good luck for the second half.
Don't miss the Wilson Security Black Diamond AFL this weekend. Entry to all games is free. Check out the game times and venues at bdafl.com.au. Black Diamond AFL and Prime 7, your local AFL team.
Star 104.5 and Black Diamond AFL would like to thank the following sponsors for making it possible to hit the field week in and week out. Wilson Security. Wilson Security is Australia's largest and most innovative security provider. Prime 7. In 2014, Prime 7 has more footy on more nights, live and free. Newcastle Herald. The Newcastle Herald plays an integral part in the hunter community. Star 104.5. Star 104.5 plays the music we all love and proudly supports Black Diamond AFL. BLK. BLK, the official apparel supplier to the Richmond Tigers, Western Bulldogs, GWS Giants, Adelaide Crows, Gold Coast Suns and Brisbane Lions. Belmont 16-Footers Sailing Club. Located on the picturesque Lake Macquarie, Belmont 16s is one of the premier venues in the Hunter region, offering the very best in dining, promotions and entertainment. GE Industrial Solutions, partnering with the mining community in the Hunter for the last 50 years, delivering safe and reliable electrical equipment and engineering services to our customers. Sports Coast Trophy and Embroidery. Sports Coast Trophy are the leading supplier of trophies and embroidery on the Central Coast. Waratah Sports. Waratah Sports has been specialising in sporting equipment, sporting apparel and trophies and medals on the Central Coast for over 20 years. Subway Morisset. Subway Morisset is open 7 days a week, breakfast, lunch and dinner.
Car 33, proceed to level 2, check on its service.
Command, this is Car 33. I'm going on my break.
We have a visual.
Star 104.5 and Black Diamond AFL would like to thank the following sponsors for making it possible to hit the field week in and week out. Wilson Security. Wilson Security is Australia's largest and most innovative security provider. Prime 7. In 2014, Prime 7 has more footy on more nights, live and free. Newcastle Herald. The Newcastle Herald plays an integral part in the hunter community. Star 104.5. Star 104.5 plays the music we all love and proudly supports Black Diamond AFL. BLK. BLK, the official apparel supplier to the Richmond Tigers, Western Bulldogs, GWS Giants, Adelaide Crows, Gold Coast Suns and Brisbane Lions. Belmont 16-Footers Sailing Club. Located on the picturesque Lake Macquarie, Belmont 16s is one of the premier venues in the Hunter region, offering the very best in dining, promotions and entertainment. GE Industrial Solutions, partnering with the mining community in the Hunter for the last 50 years, delivering safe and reliable electrical equipment and engineering services to our customers. Sports Coast Trophy and Embroidery. Sports Coast Trophy are the leading supplier of trophies and embroidery on the Central Coast. Waratah Sports. Waratah Sports has been specialising in sporting equipment, sporting apparel and trophies and medals on the Central Coast for over 20 years. Subway Morisset. Subway Morisset is open 7 days a week, breakfast, lunch and dinner.
The Warners Bay Football Club would like to thank the following major sponsors: Black Butt Hotel, 7th Street Caravans, Bodyworks Physiotherapy, Creative Sensations, McKern Steel, and WBP Property Group, all proud major sponsors of the Warners Bay Football Club.
Test 1, 2. Testing. Hello. Test 1, 2. Testing 1, 2. Hello. Yeah, hello. You got that one okay? Hear that pretty good? Yeah, it is coming clear. Right up. Okay. I'll get, yeah. Right, joining me, Killarney Vale, John Pigeon. John, a few stern words at half time?
Yeah, look, it wasn't a polished first half performance, that's for sure. But yeah, look, as I said, if we're good enough, we'll turn it around next half.
They just look to be working a little bit harder through the midfield, and they look to want the ball a little bit more. Is that a fair assumption of the first half?
Yeah, 100%, and that's what I said to them basically. Yeah, we've reversed the trend from last week, and that's not good enough, and we need to turn that around for sure.
Jackson Island late turn up, so he'll certainly make a difference.
Yeah, it's not something you really bank on, but it is what it is, and a couple of injuries too. So look, there's no excuses for the intent on the ball, that's for sure. So yeah, we'll turn that around.
Go on, John. Good luck for the second half. Time here at Adelaide Street Oval, and it's Warner 9-5-59 in Killarney Vale 9-27.
Gary Birkinshaw there chatting with Killarney Vale coach John Pigeon, who have it all to do in the second half. The Warners Bay Bulldogs 9-5-59. They're leading the home side, the Bombers 3-9-27. We've got Statsman with us. He's going to give us some scores from around the grounds, locally and in the AFL.
Yeah, thank you very much, Ryan. We'll go through, first of all, the women's competition has had their first official round, starting today. At Don Small Oval, it was Wyong Lakes 1-3-9, who went down to Warners Bay 3-1-19. At Nelson Bay, it was Nelson Bay 0-7-7, beaten by Lake Macquarie 5-5-35. At Max McMahon Oval, it was Maitland who didn't get the chance to score, unfortunately. Newcastle City, look out, ladies, 16-8, 104. In Division 2, Nelson Bay Oval, it was Nelson Bay 6-8, 44. Defeated by Newcastle City 9-12, 66. At Don Small Oval, it was Wyong Lakes 2-3, 15, who went down to Terrigal Avoca 21-29, 155. Back here at Adelaide Street, it was Musselbrook 23-15, 153, 5-6, 36, Killarney Vale. And to make the mention of Premier Division results coming in at halftime at Nelson Bay, it's Nelson Bay 0-6-6, trailing Newcastle City 7-6, 48. I'll hand you back to Gary and Ryan.
But it's all happening here at Adelaide Street Oval. As previously mentioned, it's the Bulldogs who have stunned the grand final contenders last year with a really demanding performance around the footy. They're first of the footy when they're going forward. They're accurate in front of goals. Jake Roach has hit the scoreboard 3 times with 3. Bartlam has 1, Downing has 1, Josh Nicol with 2, Crotty with 1, Metcalf with 1, Sorensen also with 1. Just single goal kickers for the Bombers. Daniel Lloyd with 1, Zara with 1, and Ben Simpson with 1 also. We're back though. It's third quarter action from Adelaide Street Oval. The Bulldogs leading 9-5-59. The Bombers 3-9-27. Looks like it's going to be Atkin and Lenson starting the ruck duel as they did for much of the first half. You'd have to say Atkin had the biscuits with that particular contest. He won the majority of the taps and did some really good athletic work around the ground for a ruckman. Looking into a forward line, it'll be Roach who'll start at full forward for the Bulldogs. Lloyd's headed back up forward for the Bombers. But here go the Bulldogs again. They've started this quarter much the way they finished the second. Down into their deep forward line. Schindler Taylor's there. He's got his head over the footy, as is Mifsud. Jordan Evans was in there, but it's a free kick. Schindler Taylor just bobbled the ball in front of him. He's about 50 metres out from goal. He's looking for a target. Roach isn't really moving. Down there also is Metcalf, who was very good. But Schindler Taylor is giving all the body language that he's going to go back and have a shot for goal in this heavy track. He's going to be kicking from about 50 metres out. Coming in probably about 20 steps. Gee, this would get the Warners Bay fans going. Had a really good first half, Schindler Taylor. Has a shot for goal. It's going to drop short. Roach is there. Wants a contested mark. Did he get impeded? No, said the umpire. Away goes Metcalf. Also there is White. Metcalf does well. So does Earl Cameron there. Cameron Earl for the Bulldogs. They kind of run into one another, and Rick White, who was pretty well held in the first half, dishes a handball out to Ireland, who was under an injury cloud, but kicks it down towards centre wing for the Bombers, but it's all Bulldogs. Sorensen, handball out the back there to, oh no, gee, that was an average kick. Geordie Evans looks like he'll be first to the ball. Brendan Lewis was there, very impressive first half, as is Lenson. Could have been taken high. Umpire didn't think so. Emity's in there. Ball up, centre half forward, Warners Bay Bulldogs.
Yeah, good call there, Ryan. Well done, yeah. Jackson Island with the late inclusion, so he certainly come back. They want plenty out of him coming there. And there he is there now, right on cue. Handball, the back it comes to Walford. Out it comes to Lewis. A sweeping handball out there to Mumford. They got the numbers. Killarney Vale, this is the important kick. Goes in there. Lloyd's out there, but chipping back there. Just in front of him was Michael Young. And Young's going to go back, have a shot on goal. Probably, I reckon I just see him kick early on. I'm not sure, though. I think the distance will really test him out there. And having been out there at half time there, right, the ground is very, very heavy. It's a kick. It's an underground pass back to Matt Mahon. And Mahon takes a mark. Certainly some bit of sum up their day, but Mahon goes out there wide, looking for Schindler Taylor. He goes one way, goes another. There goes back. Actually, I don't think Schindler Taylor might have been actually, I think that might have been Quinn actually. And he chips it in there nicely and finds Josh Nicholls. Certainly been a surprise packet today. As Mark Bottrell said at halftime, he put it on him at before the game. He certainly responded. He got the first 2 goals of the game and certainly been influential for the remainder. As Stewart now on the right, but he goes up, chipped it there. Metcalf comes in front of Barrett. Coming back there, can't get it. Ball gets a handball. Back it comes there now, though, to Quinn. He fumbles it just at the opportune time. Back it comes to Lewis. On it comes to Evans, and he gets on the right boot, and back they come. They've got numbers back there. If it sits right, Burns is going to get it. A Shepherd comes there from Gibbons, but Burns under pressure. He just didn't do that very well, but he's good enough to get back there. Off the sock of the ground, he goes there now, looking for Sorensen. He's going to go back the other way. We looked in the inboard, they got the numbers there, and it goes over. Atkin and Prendergast drops the mark. He should have been taken. A bit scrappy football here at the moment. As Prendergast gets it there to Nickel. He gets it, goes one way. Handball, the back it comes to Quinn. Quinn looks to go one way. Handball off to Schindler. Back it comes to Nickel now. Look, wants the long, does Roach. He's got the city with Edwards. White goes up there. Play-on's a call. Good work by Edwards. Good work by White. Going on all fours is Roach, so he gets it back to Bartlam. A second opportunity there. Just snaps to the right. Gee, Jake Roach did really well there. Probably should have done better there, Bartlam, but really, really good play. Good second chance efforts there. And once again, they're making the most of their limited opportunities when they go forward.
Has to be said, I thought Brad Edwards was good in that contest. He took the front position. He probably only had to hold it a second longer. Would have been paid to the man in front. Lewis has been a rock down back. He kicks out long. They're looking for distance now, the Bombers, and it is a good kick. Goes down there. Sorensen's been active already in this third quarter. Could have been given a free kick for a high tackle. Wasn't to be. Good tackle laid there by Quinn. Free kick paid there for the umpire. It's going to go the way of the Bombers.
Yeah, Zara, the free kick there, right. 50 metres there. It's going to go the way there of Zara.
Didn't give the ball back correctly?
No, I think it might have been language, actually. I think it might have been abuse. But free kick was there. It was in the back. Zara needs to go on islands on his own out there in the pocket. It's going to go to him. Sorensen's got to get back. Gee, that's lazy work, Ryan. Very, very lazy work. When you get a 50-metre free kick, ball's coming back, and you cannot run back to get on your man.
Especially when your man's Jackson Island, he's wearing bright yellow boots. They would have seen him run past.
And he's also arguably the most dangerous forward with Daniel Lloyd, so you need to make sure of that. And
loose. That's you're right. It's just poor.
They just can't afford to be making those type of mistakes. So as Ireland comes in, you can make them pay now. Right boot strikes the ball. We pushed it just out. So late, we talked that Ireland might have been off the ground injured, but actually finding out half-time, he was actually late because he was coming from Sydney and he was held up in traffic. So we were calling him as if being injured, but he wasn't injured. He just wasn't out there. So
there we go. You can tell straight away, since he's been back on the ground, though, he looks good. He's a prime mover. You can just tell the class. I remember probably 3 or 4 years ago, I think he was the best player in the competition. Very, very good footballer.
Yeah, no, he certainly is. There's no doubt about that. And they'll need to beat his best today. 22 points of margin at the moment. 5 minutes in the third quarter. The kick out there, and that is wide out of bounds on the full. And Jordan Evans is going to take a free kick. It's been a very scrappy opening, Ryan, to the third quarter, and Warners Bay cannot afford that. They need to actually still keep working hard there. Back it comes there, handball there, doesn't find his mark. There was McLean going with Zara. He goes for a high tackle there. He goes down there, but Nichols, he's certainly been very impressive. He gets it out wide here, comes out there, up they go. Good contest there. Earl, great mark there by Rick White. And White now takes the halfback. He goes in short though, but goes in there. Could be a free kick paid there to Rocco. It's not. It goes back to Amity now. Handballs it off. Too slick there for Mifsud. Well, Rocco's going there. He'll be able to see it out of bounds. He went to ground. Mifsud, good play. He stayed on his feet. Back it comes to Amity. He swings around the left. Islands are there. And right, he's certainly made that impact. Too far out to score there. Goes into a danger area. Lloyd's there. He's got him backpedaling. Lloyd should take the mark there. Should have made a free kick. Free kick, the front on contact. Always there.
Yep.
Lloyd was a really good kick by Ireland. Lloyd had the pole position for that one, and it was always going to be difficult for Warners Bay to spoil that without making contact with Lloyd, which is an automatic free kick, which was paid there by Darryl Luck, and it's going to be there now. Lloyd going to come in. He's kicked one. He's missed a couple he probably should have got. You dare say he would kick a much-needed goal for Killarney Vale. No, he hasn't. Geez, that's twice we put the mocker on him. We've had a few easy goals missed from down there. So
a known goal kicker, and we mentioned it early. Technically speaking, he's one of the best kicks of a footy you'd see anywhere in the world.
In 2015, Prime 7 has more footy on more nights, live and free. Prime 7's coverage includes 4 games every round on 7 Mate, including the marquee Friday and Saturday night matches. Black Diamond AFL, Prime 7, your local AFL team.
Newcastle Herald it plays an integral part in the Hunter community. Its reporting and commentary leads public debates in the region and its coverage of local issues. The Newcastle Herald, the voice of Hunter in print, online and mobile.
And we thank all our sponsors, Ryan. Very, very important part of our game. And just certainly the game we got on here at the moment. It's a good there coming across was Devil. Just couldn't quite take the mark. He's able to apply the pressure, but Ireland goes in there now. He goes to ground under pressure there. Also in there is the Warners Bay players are in there in Avery, and we're going to get a ball up.
I think both teams are a little bit guilty of just getting the footy, even after taking a grab and just chucking it on the boot. But they slow the game down a little bit. It's not at a hectic pace where I think players think they've got less time than they actually do.
Yeah, look, it's interesting here for Warners Bay as well. It's like they haven't been in this position all year, and they've got themselves up there. They're well up, and they, some of the players I was saying, should we just, if we just play really well here and just hold on, but I don't think holding on is going to do the job. They need to still do what they've done well and get down there. If they kick, if they should be aimed. If they can kick 4 more goals, it's going to be very, very hard for them to get beat in the rest of the game.
Exactly right. Deverell's got it on centre wing. He's been called to play on and just kicked it straight into the man on the mark, which was Brendan Lewis.
They've done that pretty well, and John Pigeon certainly got them drilled there. They do work the mark really, really well, and Lockie Deverell there, he was looking, he didn't have a forward to go to. Well, Lockie just had to go back and kick it long down the line.
I like this move of getting Metcalf and Roach up forward. They're trying to kick a score. They're not shutting down the engines and playing defensive footy just yet. Embidy's got it. Tries to beat a tackle. Did beat the first one. Handballed inside. I think that's Denham. Threw the elbow up.
It was Zara. He got it back to McLean. Comes back there now for Brennan. Brennan gets a hurried handball. Out the back it comes to Burns. Burns, it goes across to Mann. The other two of their prime moves off halfback. That's a kick out there. Nichols, and he's been very good for the Bulldogs. He gets there, tries to brush the Mumford tackle, but he's good enough there. Gets it back to Quinn. An important kick there. He goes long in the Roach direction, up against Edwards. In the mark, that is very, very good umpiring by Joey O'Brien. Edwards went there, wanted to actually go there and he went for the free kick, but he just stood his ground there. No hands in the back. Yep. Good work. He had better position, used his body really well, and he's going to go back and rewarded with a shot on goal.
Yeah, absolutely. The Bomber backman kind of threw their arms up, but just used his backside, put it into the body of the backman, and he's going to have a shot on goal. He's played a good game thus far. Roach comes back 25 metres out. He converts. Jake Roach, he kicks his 3rd goal for the match. And the Bulldogs, they steady. After a miss up the other end by Daniel Lloyd, comes back up. Warners Bay kick another goal and scoreboard pressure. It's the best pressure of all. Yeah, that was good play there. They got it out the other side there. When you get Burns and Mann getting their hands on the ball across half back. And Josh Nichols, I can't speak enough highly about how Josh Nichols gone there. He's been a real pivotal player, been a bit of a link player there, and that once again, that's a really good use of the vision there. He had another couple of short options, but he got Roach deep in the square there, and he said, "Look, I'm going to kick it down to him." And look, he got a good kick in there, and Roach did the rest with a good mark and a good conversion. So, look, 37 points at the moment, and the Doggies are certainly looking pretty good. Yeah, absolutely. Atkin against Lenson again, as it's been for much of the day. He's rucked very well, Atkin, it must be said. Taps down again, and Brennan, he was really good in the first quarter. Geordie Evans lays a tackle. He's going to get a free kick there. Evans, they need to respond here, the Bombers. He kicks out wide to the wing. Why wouldn't you when you've got your skipper in there? He delivers in forward and a good kick. Jackson Island popping up across half forward so far.
No, Island, he's got it there. He looked there for Lloyd. He's got just chips up there. Good work. Oh, you can't quite take. That's been good pressure by Stewart. And sometimes it's that perceived pressure there, Ryan, that he's got to come out a high tackle free kick there. Disappointing by the Warners Bay defence there, but Castro Nuvo's going to go back there. And but just back on the other one, Lloyd come out there, and Stewart's just worn him so close today. He's such a rangy defender, getting his hands there and puts that pressure. Sometimes he might be a metre behind, but you think he's actually right on you. So
and maybe a little bit of match fitness as well. Daniel Lloyd, you can train as much as you like, but when you're running onto it, you want practice. Match practice. Castle Nouveau, left boot. Need a goal, Killarney Vale. He started it off to the right. It'll stay out there. They've kicked 3 goals, 12 Killarney Vale. They won a premiership with beating a team with inaccurate kicking, 2007, I believe.
Yeah, they just need to, look, it's certainly been a kill because they haven't been a lot of hard shots. I know Daniel Lloyd missed 2 easy ones. That one there should have been it's an easy shot on goal. No kicks are easy, there's no doubt about that, but, they just need to convert. Roach also missed one for Warners Bay, let's not forget. But anyway, over it goes there. Nichols going back there, going in hard also, going to ground there. And it's just going to ground a little bit easy at the moment, Killarney Vale, aren't they? As if they're looking for that free kick there that's not been paid. They haven't paid it all day. It's Nick Hickson bound around by a good throw. Going to favour there in Metcalf. That's holding the ball. Good tackle there. Well done there by Geordie Evans. He's certainly tried hard for the Bombers on the right, but that's a spearing kick in there. Is it going to find its target? No, it doesn't. It finds Ben Burns, and a good mark by the former Warners Bay skipper, handed over there, 2-time Black and Diamond AFL Player of the Year in the Team of the Year. So he goes down there. Sorensen up there. Good loop there. Going up there with him. Schindler Taylor. Good hands. And here comes the Nichols again. They got an open forward line. Goes in there short. There is Crotty. Crotty there where it is. It is open forward line. Roach is going to be his target. Edwards slips at the opportune time. Roach goes there. He's got the stick. Good work there by Edwards, but it falls over there. Schindler Taylor picks it up. Goes one way on the right boot. He goes to dribble it in. Oh, bounces cruelly there for Trent Debnam and just went across the face through for a behind. So, good work by Brad Edwards there. He slipped just as Roach made a lead, and he really made up that ground. Great closing speed.
I'd love to see Roach lead up the middle of the ground in that instance, lead to the fatter side of the oval. If he had taken a grab, you would have had to have kicked it from 45 metres on an acute angle. Holding up the play well here, Warners Bay.
Edwards, he looks to go in short there to Ireland. He gets it. Oh, well done there. Force Crotty to ground. He plays on. Centre wing he goes. Castelnuovo as a target. Up against Avery. Good kick. Good mark. Good lead by Castelnuovo. He swings around onto his left boot now. In there looking for Tom Mumford. Up he goes. Good pressure there. Unlucky there by Brennan. Play on's a call there now. As it goes into Young. On the right boot he goes. Looking out here. Up they go. Good work there. I think it might... they're good. Oh, yeah, good work there by Deverell. Gets leg, but he's able to get away with it. Up comes Bartlett, mate. Takes a mark there in front of Mifsud.
Hold the play up. Hold the play up. They've got possession here, Warners Bay. They don't have to rush going forward.
Good kick to Rocco. Hands it all off to Deverell. On the kick it goes in there. Looking in there. Up goes Crotty. He goes to ground there. 2 against 1. Rick White's in there. Crotty goes in there. 3 against 1. 3 against 2. Well done to Rick White. Gets it there now by Devon. Off it comes there to Ireland. Ireland kicks it out wide. Misses the target there in Mifsud. And it's out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. Just in front of the interchange area. Just a couple of players there just reacquainting themselves. Got a boundary thrown. Up they go. And they go over the top. Akin, he's been dominant in the ruck there today. As Evans handballs it over the top there. Can't get it there in Green Tree. He puts the body. Ireland goes in there. Great tackle by Brennan. Handballs off the length and he gets on a kick. Here he goes into open space. Lloyd comes out. Stewart comes out. Good use of the body by Lloyd. Goes one way, goes the other. Handballs off. It comes to Lewis. Needs to go in short there. Simpson's out there. Can he get there? No, he can't. Gee, that'll test his injured shoulder. It looks okay. However, he gets up there as Stewart though. Gets it for Warners Bay. Goes in there looking for Nichols. He's over there with Young, but he gets it there. But the boundary line out of bounds for a boundary throw.
That man Nicol, he's taken a few overhead marks today for a smaller sized guy. He's been extremely competitive, along with Schindler Taylor across half forward. The young guy's really stepping up with confidence.
Yeah, that last bit of play there certainly sums up the Bombers at the moment where they've been. That was just a kick by Lewis there, who's arguably one of their best users of the football. Just didn't quite find the mark there in Simpson. It would have been a shot on goal.
Yeah, Sorensen's knocked it over the line, but once again around the contest. Mifsud stands out, Jordan Evans stands out, but the majority of the hard ball gets today, for me, have been from Warners Bay midfielders. Bottom of the pack, getting dragged up every time. They really can smell a victory. They really want to knock off a big scalp here.
Yeah, they've just worked harder, haven't they? At the moment, they're just outrated, as we spoke to John Pigeon about, and also Mark Bottrell, the 2 coaches at half time. Just work rate. That's what's got them where they are, and that's something that Killarney Vale really need to do in the next quarter and a half. As a
downfield.
Free kick down the field is going to go the way of Daniel Lloyd. It's about 70 metres out from goal.
I have to ask the question, Gary. With 7 minutes to play in the third quarter, they're 6 goals up. Who wins?
Plenty of time left in this game, mate. There's plenty of football to be played. 3 quick goals. If the Bombers kick 3 goals before 3/4 time, they've only got a 3-goal game, mate. So there's plenty of football left in this. Jackson Island.
And it's that man again. He's, for me, a influential player on the ground in the third quarter, Ireland. Gary mentioned earlier he wasn't under an injury cloud. He was had some prior commitments. He'll have a shot for goal. This would be a leader's goal. Killarney Vale, 37 points off the lead at home to Warners Bay. Ireland, directly in front, right foot. Misses to the right. It's been a familiar sight this third quarter.
And they have all scoring shots have actually been missed to the right down there. So
looks like they're not kicking through it. For a right footer, you'd sometimes see that sort of push, similar to Gary's golf swing.
Yep, something like that. And my ball probably goes about as far as that kick did as well. It comes down there. Here's an opportunity. Picked up by Lord. Back it comes to Zara. He wants to get onto his left boot. Handballs it back in there. Going in there, picked up by Lenson. He hurriedly on the boot there. That's not 15. Called play on. Ireland gets it. He's tackled there. Good tackle by Gibbons. Goes to ground. Gets it out. Back it comes to Lloyd. He does a fend off. He's in trouble there also. Gets a hurry kick forward. And that defence has stood firm. Marno's kick smothered. Taken by Stewart. Back out it comes there to Burns. And Burns there. Good effort there. He dodges one. Now he gets a clearing kick centre wing. Prendergast one-on-one there with Lewis. Prendergast both keep their ground. Coming in there to help him. There was Young, but good work by Prendergast. Gets it back to Quinn. Handball over the top by Nichols. He gets on to Metcalf. He should swing around on his left boot. No, it does. Back it comes to Josh Nichol. Where's he going to go? He looks to go in short. The lead coming from Roach up against Rumpler. Going back also is Debnan. Debnan gets a kick on the right boot. Back to where it come from. And Young's there. Boundary line's there. Still going to stay in there. No, well read there by Quinn. He goes in short there. They gave it up there, Killarney Vale.
Absolutely. You just can't afford to switch off when you're this far down.
Got to bring in there. That's a horrible kick coming in there. Bartlem's got a bit of work to do there, though. He's got a couple of moves, though. Comes back there now. Back it comes to Sorensen on the right boot. He goes. Puts it at the top of the square. Deverell's there. Lewis is there. Up they go. Lewis, good defensive play. Force it through, but they're still looking dangerous every time they go forward.
You can just hear a few of the Killarney Vale players telling each other the lift. Lenson, he's going to take a mark out at centre-half back. Handball's off to Rick White. He's on his correct side for a left footer, and that's a damaging kick as he kicks to McLean at centre wing. Mifsud runs off. For me, he's been one of Killarney Vale's bests. Looks up towards centre-half forward and wearing him like a glove. A great punch over the line there by Sam Gibbons. I thought the Warners Bay back line, Stewart's been really good. Metcalf's played a little bit down there.
Out of bounds on the full was the call.
Oh, it was on the full, okay.
Yep. And back it comes down now, Gibbons. Gibbons goes across the ground, it goes. They've got numbers out wide. On the left boot, clearing kick out there, goes long. That's a very, very good kick, and it's going to find Dean Crotty. So good work back there. I think it might have been Rocco with that one there. Goes inboard there now to Stewart. Stewart right in the centre of the ground. Go there. Jack Downing makes a call. Goes in there. His target's going to be Atkin. They got all the numbers back there. Barrett can't take the mark, though. Atkin gets it, brushes off one. Handball just misses Sorensen. Good use of the body over. Opens the door for Metcalf on the left boot. Bartlam can't take the mark. Kicked off the ground there by Lewis. Gee, they had a couple of chances there, just Warners Bay, but now it's Killarney Vale's chance. Their defence has to work overtime.
And it's uncharacteristic mistakes. 3 bombers fly for the ball and it falls down.
That's that pressure that's just been applied there. And there's good work by Deverell on White. Going there, he's down. He could have got a free kick for a high tackle. Going there from Deverell. And this is summing up at the moment. It's just where we're at there. There'll be a ball up there. Schindler, that just sums up the play where Warners Bay never, ever gave up on that play. Never, ever. They in there. They weren't even the running in some of it and was still able to get it, and they nullified to get a ball up. And back it comes there now to Marn. Schindler, they're just using their bodies. Really good work. Marn on the right boot it goes. Going to go over the head there of Edwards. Falls there nicely. Good pick up by Sorensen. A snap at goal there. Across the face it's going to go. And through for a behind.
But just out the back, I think in the ruck stots, Atkin's been sensational, but just around the ball, it's just really smart footy.
Yeah, it's been a real tough day for Ethan Lenson in the ruck today. Like he's very inexperienced, Lenson, so he's going to learn an Atkins. You know, he'll learn plenty from this Lenson because Atkins is certainly one of the better ruckers. There's a high tackle there on Deverell.
He could have been 50. Daniel Lloyd heard a whistle. He slung him to ground after the contest. Yeah. Got away with it. Right. Deverell's been good, as is this man Roach. Delivers to the top of the goal square. It's to the right. Out on the full, is it?
Yeah, no, need to go a bit further around there. I'm not sure. I think he was going for goal. Need to go to the top of the square. That they need to keep doing the percentages. That's what they've done so well. They won the 1 percentages. They've worked really hard for each other. If they can keep working this for another quarter and a bit, they'll get their first win.
You can see that they got their arms up in the zone. They're up and about. They look the fitter, more energetic side at the moment. The Bulldogs.
Yeah, look, a far cry from the first couple of games that we actually saw them. So, they worked hard at the beginning there. Oh.
Hands in the back. He's paid a free kick there, the umpire.
It's going to go back there to Edwards.
Poor handball.
Poor handball. Puts Ireland under real pressure. He's good enough to get away with it. He brushes Quinn's tackle on the right, but he goes back there to Amity. He forces Martin under the way. He gets it there now. Gets a handball over the top there. Going back there quickly was Walford, but also back there was Martin and Stewart's back there. They just worked really well as a group. Martin gets it there. Fends a tackle there of Amity, but he comes back for a second go. High tackle. Free kick's going to go the way there. Down there I think that's Rocco for Warners Bay.
39-point leaders, Warners Bay. 21 minutes gone in the third quarter.
So come down there. Schindler goes down there. Keeping his feet was Quinn. Going back there also is Ireland. Gets out of bounds, forced out of bounds again for a boundary throw, and they're still doing all the things right, Warners Bay. They're doing all the things that have got them to a 39-point lead at the 21.5-minute marks of the third quarter. It comes back there now. A good handball by Pfeiffer. Back it comes there. Good work there. I think that might be Rocco. Handball that comes out there to Deverell. He's played his best game of the year. Deverell kicks out there, finding Downing and Jack Downing. He'll hold it up there. There's nothing for him to kick to at the moment, so he should look to go sideways, use the ball a bit better. Well done, Jack Downing. Good experience. Probably the kick wasn't the best, though. The idea was right. He's put Gibbons under pressure. He gets a kick forward there. Handball it back in there in the direction of I think that was Zara. Handball it back to Lloyd. Lloyd there finds Castelnuovo. That's that poor disposal from Jack Downing. He's a better player than that. He looks to go across there. Islands there. Coming through there is Marn. Good work by Matt Marn. He should give it Sitchies away, and away they go again. Handball over the top there to Quinn. A good kick needed here. He runs through there. It goes one way, goes the other. Oh, high tackle there against Marn. Free kick's going to be turned over, and it's going to go to Amity.
Gee, that hurts.
Yeah, disappointing result there. As Amity Got the left boot going. They go short to Cashel Nouveau. He's giving them something up forward. Where's their next target? This is where they've fallen down. Apart from their goal king, he wants to go long. He goes wide. Out in the direction there, too wide.
I just don't see that.
Of Walford. Yeah, just not the. It's not the smart players that out there.
You know, you're 8 odd goals down. You want to be taking grabs in the front of the sticks.
But that's the pressure that Warners Bay defence has put them under. Yeah, they're forcing him to lead wide. They can't lead up the centre. As Downing gets it there now. Tries to brush off Mifsud. He does well. Well done, Downing. Gets a lead out there. Can Crotty make it? He does. Good work. A great inclusion for Warners Bay today has been Dean Crotty. Goes there, Barton. They got a good forward line. Not the best kick, though. It's a sit for Metcalf. It goes all the way through to Barton. No, it doesn't. Picked up by Josh Nicol on the right boot. Just to the left side. Gee, we've spoken his praise there, and that's been good. They've actually sprayed him around a little bit this quarter at Warners Bay. They've only kicked the 1-6 to 4 behind, so we've had 1-10 kicked for the whole day. So not a great one for this quarter. So not a great conversion.
They've had a guy in the back pocket all day, Killarney Vale. In this case, it's Debnam, and he refused. There we go. Now he finally honours him. He's been standing there all day. Still, the Warners Bay players don't go to him.
But I'm not sure that's the play, though. If you're a coach of an opposition side, you want them to go out to that pocket there. You'll give them that one there. But anyway, the siren has just sounded for three-quarter time, and I think we've got a boil over on our hands at the moment. It's Warners Bay, 10-11-71, leading Killarney Vale, 3-13-31.
The goal kicker so far for today, Killarney Vale, Daniel Lloyd 1, Robert Zaha 1, Ben Simpson 1. For Warners Bay, 3 to Jake Roach, 2 to Josh Nichols, and the singles to Scotty Bartlam, Jake Downing, Dean Crotty, Alex Metcalf, and Ryan Sorensen. Three-quarter time here at Adelaide Street. We'll be back with the fourth quarter in just a few moments.
The Warners Bay Football Club would like to thank the following major sponsors: Black Butt Hotel, 7th Street Caravans, Bodyworks Physiotherapy, Creative Sensations, McKern Steel, and WBP Property Group, all proud major sponsors of the Warners Bay Football Club.
But I've got one at Nelson Bay, I definitely know that.
Star 104.5 and Black Diamond AFL would like to thank the following sponsors for making it possible to hit the field week in and week out. Wilson Security. Wilson Security is Australia's largest and most innovative security provider. Prime 7. In 2014, Prime 7 has more footy on more nights, live and free. Newcastle Herald. The Newcastle Herald plays an integral part in the Hunter community. Star 104.5. Star 104.5 plays the music we all love and proudly supports Black Diamond AFL. BLK. BLK, the official apparel supplier to the Richmond Tigers, Western Bulldogs, GWS Giants, Adelaide Crows, Gold Coast Suns and Brisbane Lions. Belmont 16-Footers Sailing Club. Located on the picturesque Lake Macquarie, Belmont 16s is one of the premier venues in the Hunter region, offering the very best in dining, promotions and entertainment. GE Industrial Solutions, partnering with the mining community in the Hunter for the last 50 years, delivering safe and reliable electrical equipment and engineering services to our customers. Sports Coast Trophy and Embroidery. Sports Coast Trophy are the leading supplier of trophies and embroidery on the Central Coast. Waratah Sports. Waratah Sports has been specialising in sporting equipment, sporting apparel and trophies and medals on the Central Coast for over 20 years. Subway Morisset. Subway Morisset is open 7 days a week, breakfast, lunch and dinner.
Killarney Vale would like to thank their sponsors: Express Lube Auto Service Centre, Westfield, Heroes Sushi, Best Signs, Whitey's Right Price Tyres, Bank West, Central Coast Physiotherapy, Berkman's Chartered Accountants, all proud sponsors of the Killarney Vale Australian Football Club.
The Warners Bay Football Club would like to thank the following major sponsors: Black Butt Hotel, 7th Street Caravans, Bodyworks Physiotherapy, Creative Sensations, McKern Steel, and WBP Property Group, all proud major sponsors of the Warners Bay Football Club.
Rightio, almost there for the last quarter. Ryan, you went down to the Killarney Vale huddle.
Yeah, went down there, Gary. It was a mixed message, to be honest. I thought they'd be a little bit more up and about. A few really kind of defeated faces, a bit of negative body language. They're going to fight it out. You could hear Brendan Lewis. He was trying to G them up. He was trying to be positive. But, looking around the ground, the Warners Bay players really looked like they were more up for the last quarter of this match. Michael Young will do the ruck work for the Bombers. He's up against that familiar face of Atkin. Evans is there. He's been good in the second half. Roach had a left-footed kick off the ground, but away they go again, the Bombers. That's Prendergast who uses his left foot to go forward.
He gets a handball out. It comes there now to Lewis. Lewis on the right boot goes down there looking there for Walford. A bit quiet today is Kyle Walford. He takes the mark there on centre wing. He looks to go, where's his target coming down there? Looking there, McLean. Also going back there is Burns. He spoils it though. McLean holds a whole tackle there. Free kick's going to go the way of Jeff McLean.
Need to kick goals, Killarney Vale. All out attack. They've been going indirect all day. This is another kick out to the pocket, a half volley. Mifsud was good enough. Has a kick across the face of goal. Brendan Lewis, the skipper's there. Couldn't take a mark. Was held really well by Avery. Lewis butters up and gets it again, and it goes out for a boundary throw in. But I feel like that kick, despite Mifsud being on his own, should have been to the top of the square.
Yeah, I think that's where he was trying to go. Just overdid the kick a little bit. But really good work there by Avery. But we go back to the centre bounces. We'll go back to that one in the centre. In there it goes as Edwards gets it down there. Avery picks it up for Warners Bay. Goes one way, gets a handball out. It comes a hurried handball going in there hard for was Mifsud. Also was Brennan. Brennan gets leg. Couldn't see that there. McLean goes one way, goes the other off the boot. They got the numbers back there. Gibbons gets it. Call play on, not 15. So Gibbons says, I'm going out the far side. Goes out there in the direction. Good work there by Quinn. Also back there was Simpson. We'll have a throw. We'll go back to the centre bouncer. And Killarney Vale lined up with Michael Young in the ruck. Now, no disrespect to Michael Young, but he's about be 5'10" at the best. And up against Anthony Atkin, and they've taken lengths out. Obviously, you're going to try and use Young around the ground, but that's just giving them the use. Yeah. And that's something that I know it can't be fixed if you haven't got the personnel. I understand that, but that is going to be something that Killarney Vale are really going to need to address if they're going to challenge Newcastle City and Terrigal Vega at the end of the year.
Straight away, the Warners Bay are dictating terms. And when you're 7 goals down at three-quarter time, you need to assert the authority. Like you mentioned, though, do they have a ruckman to go to? He's got a good jump, though, as we can see.
It comes there now. Back there is Marn. Working hard there is Warners Bay. Going back there now, well, it's Ireland coming in there. Was that? I think it was Castelnuovo. Certainly been pretty good in that third quarter. On the left boot, it goes there. It's not going to find Edwards, however, and it's going to go out of bounds. So Edwards just seems to play this goal square. Fullback when they're defending that goal, full forward when they're attacking that goal.
Right. Once again, they were around the contest. Really like the endeavour of the Warners Bay Bulldogs. Brendan was in there once again. He's tried hard all day.
As Roach goes up there, comes down Ireland, left foot. Kenny
touched by Brennan.
Once again, the 1 foot there. And Amy does the fancy stuff. Comes back to Edwards. Can they get a goal out here? Comes back there now to Walford. He finishes off. They're going to scramble it. It's given the all clear. And Kyle Walford kicks a much needed goal for Killarney Vale. Is that the spark, Brian, to get them back in a winning position?
Yeah, well, look, 17 minutes to go. Plenty of time. They're going to have to kick probably at least another 6 goals, 6, 7, 8 goals to get in front and kick a score here, the Bombers. But good movement. They've probably had more inside 50s as the day goes on, but they haven't been as efficient up forward.
Given that they're 34 points down, they probably need to kick at least 6, I would have thought, anyway.
At least 6. But you'd assume Warners Bay would kick a couple.
Well, not necessarily, mate. Not necessarily. But look, at the moment, the way they're playing is you wouldn't have thought that the Bulldogs are going to allow 6 goals to nothing. But stranger things have happened.
True. But that man again, Atkin, Roach, Brennan, they got their big guns in the middle, Warners Bay. Atkin's been sensational. It's another clearance. He goes out to the wing and they look so evasive. Roach Double backs. Handball back inside. Deverell took clean possession in the end. Tried to break a tackle. Couldn't do so. Ireland's been sensational, but it's a free kick for holding. Deverell, centre half forward. They look like they were out there in Killarney Vale as well.
Yeah, Deverell goes in short there. Have it goes. Oh, he misses. That's not what we needed there by Deverell. But anyway, comes back there now to Lewis. Kicks over there. Finding there is Young. Young out in centre wing. Handball back. Island misses. They've just been a bit scrappy today, Killarney Vale. They're certainly about that. Is Island on the left boot. Goes back there now. Stewart there. Kicks over the head of Lloyd.
This man, he's been good.
He's been very good. Lincoln Stewart goes out wide again. They're certainly doing things very well. I think that might be Gibbs, a poor kick, however, doesn't find its mark. It might be Earl actually goes out. And they're going to come back in from Barrett. Barrett on the left boot goes in there. Got numbers back there. Coming out there in the back. Yeah, good call by Darragh. That was there by Edwards. It was a real extension of the arms there to force the pack out. And it's going to go back to Gibbons now. So Sam Gibbons, half-back flank.
Gibbons is going to kick up the line. He kicks in towards the centre wing position. Killarney Vale just have the numbers, but Barron couldn't take the mark. Brennan, he's been everywhere today. Tackled by Castelnuovo. It's kicked up towards the half-forward flank for the Bombers. For the Bulldogs, beg your pardon. Nichols there. He's already kicked a couple. Snaps it onto the right boot. Misses to the right. There's been a lot of kicks missed to that side today. He's been really dangerous. The small forwards of the Bulldogs have all been pretty influential.
Just their ability, Warners Bay, today is to create an open forward line. You compare the two forward line. Once Killarney Vale go forward, they've got plenty of numbers, and that's because Warners Bay has got numbers back now. Is it just the structure that Coach Mark Bottrell has got? Is it Killarney Vale not working hard enough to get players back, or not working as hard as what Warners Bay are? Because just the forward entries are a lot easier for Warners Bay, and they're able to generate scores from there, while Killarney Vale aren't able to have the same luxury.
Ireland couldn't take the mark. It comes back to ground again. Warners Bay, you're going to put it back into the forward line once more. Lewis is there.
Yeah, that was Jack Downing. He brought that in there. Another boundary throw in. 10 metres around from the behind post. Warners Bay currently leading 35 points. We've been playing almost 6 minutes in the final quarter. Boundary thrown there by Hickson. Up it comes there now. Going in there is Mifsud. The small blokes are doing the ruck now. Goes in there to Young. Goes past him though. Roach will pick it up. Brushes the tackle. Brushes the high tackle. He plays on. Probably would have thought better of playing on there. That was Smother. He goes back there now. Takes it over the line there. He's with Lewis. It's going to be a ball up.
Who's got a lift here, Gary, for Killarney Vale? Who's playing inside their shell a little bit? Who's going to drag him over the line?
We're looking at their best player in Rick White. You need him. You need to go there. When you want something special to happen, you need your big guys to do it. And that's White, that's Lloyd, that is also probably Barrett and Lewis to give them some run off half back. That's what they need to do. And then the other players just to do their bit. But the big name players are the ones who are going to have to lift. So handball, it comes back there and they just find missing their mark. That should be a free kick for going at the legs there by Brennan against Island. That's a good call there by umpire Cameron Moore. It's going to go to Jackson Island. He's going to look to go in centre there to Evans. Evans marks at half-back. Where's he going to go there? Leading back there is McLean. Going in there quickly is Burns, closing the gap there, but it goes there. McLean gets a handball back to White, right on cue. Goes in there, good smother by Mars. Sits there nicely for Simpson though. Good closing by Stewart there. Force the kick. Amity's going to go back there. Out of bounds. He overrun the ball, but once again, Lincoln Stewart just was able, that lunging tackle there on Simpson. He comes in, just forces the kick out wide. So, he's been fantastic, Lincoln Stewart.
But, yeah, as you mentioned, some of their experienced gun players, they're just not physically enforcing themselves like you'd expect them to. Stewart again, clearance.
Yeah. Comes out there now. Can't be taken there by Debnan. He goes one way, has two go, and then Nichols goes to ground. Here, look at Warners Bay. They will just swarm in here, and they've turned that ball over. That was Killarney Vale's for their taking, but it's just the pressure they get there. Comes in there, Barrett one-on-one with Bartlam. Barrett gets it, goes to ground, then gets up, and he's going to bring the ball through half-back, half-forward. Lloyd's target. Stewart's there with him as well. Stewart once again gets a hand on, going back to Roach. They've had numbers back there helping them all day. Look at that, 4-1 it was there for Warners Bay. And Roach is going to bring it through half-back, up to half-forward. Sorensen leads out. Going up there against him is Rumpler. He gets it. Sorensen says, I'm going. Tips it over the top. Schindler Taylor. See if it sits properly, he'll get it. They've got numbers though. Bartlam's the only closest player to him. He runs into it. He kicks a goal. Is that the seal of Ryan?
Gee, you don't want to call it too early, but with 13 minutes of game time to go, Killarney Vale look beaten. There are players walking around with hands on their hips, heads are down. I'm looking at Rick White. I'm looking at the Killarney Vale forward line. No one's really looking at each other. No one's really talking. On the other hand, just about every Bulldog has gone to the goal kicker, Schindler Taylor. And, they're 0-3, Gary. We came here today thinking Killarney Vale at home, it would be a one-sided affair. It's great to see for the club.
Yeah, well, look, yesterday was in slow motion. Then you saw the Schindler tail. The ball was bouncing toward the boundary line. Scott Bartlett was the only one there. And just as that was happening, I was just looking around. There was Corey Shackleton walking around in his civilian clothes. Got a bit of a back injury. He's hardly played any impact in the game at all here. But, gee, you're taking nothing away from Warners Bay.
Absolutely.
They've been the most impressive performances they've had, I reckon, probably since they probably beat Newcastle City last year. So that they've shown that they can mix it with the big sides. It's just that their consistency is letting them down. That's what Coach Mark Botch will be wanting to, first of all, finish this game and then to take into next week's game as White there kicks it out to Lloyd.
That's what we haven't seen all day. Rick White on that left foot. He's such a damaging player. It's the first time I can remember him hitting Daniel Lloyd in the forward line.
And that's full credit to Medcup as Lloyd. A nice towering kick, though. Once again, Lewis is up there over the back there. Going there. Edwards could have been paid the mark and through for behind. Goal kicking certainly hasn't helped. That goal kicking hasn't allowed Killarney Vale to put enough pressure on Warners Bay.
True, and I think they've probably kicked it to the wrong spots as well. They haven't taken enough marks inside 50, Killarney Vale. The majority of their goals have been from scrappy goals around the contest.
And saying that, though, probably the thing like John Pigeon, good back, as Michael Young takes a good mark, is that Daniel Lloyd has been quite dangerous. He has looked dangerous, but just hasn't got enough service up forward, and he's been forced to play through the middle, and that hasn't helped them either. But taking nothing away, as Brendan Lewis will go back there. He had a shot from about this distance earlier in the game. He didn't make the distance, so it'll take a good kick for him to get there. But once again, just the numbers they've got back there. They've got plenty of numbers back there.
Gary, free kick's been paid here against Ben Burns for holding Jackson Island 10 metres out from goal. I saw it. It didn't look like there was a whole lot in it, but it was right in front of Darryl Luck. Jackson Island, who's probably been the most damaging player in the second half, will go back and kick a goal. And well, there's still life in Killarney Vale. They've got a lot to do with 12 minutes of game time remaining. But, gee, if it was there, it was Ben Burns. Just put an arm across the front of Jackson Island's chest, and he's converted from straight in front.
Yeah, look, he didn't remonstrate too much there, Ben Burns. So it was, sometimes you do it, sometimes you get away with it, sometimes you don't. But, it's an important goal for the Bombers, and they're going to need plenty more of them to get back into this game. And, I'm not sure that the time certainly not in their favour, but... Wilson Security is Australia's largest and most innovative security provider, delivering a wide range of services to a diverse range of customers. For all your security needs, call Wilson Security on 1300 Wilson.
BLK is the official apparel supplier to the Richmond Tigers, Western Bulldogs, GWS Giants, Adelaide Crows, Gold Coast Suns and Brisbane Lions, and the exclusive on-field apparel supplier to the Black Diamond AFL, BLK Beyond Limits Known.
Beyond limits known. Is
I'll see where this is going.
35-point margin beyond brilliant. The Bombers'
strong
range.
Segue, Gary. Michael Young again, the smallest ruckman in Australia, goes up. Very competitive. Brennan goes up there as well. Look at the Warners Bay Bulldogs, though. They just swarm these packs.
Rocco, he's going to get it out there wide to Quinn. He's got the run of the ball. The ball sits for him. He'll get it and be able to use it well. Ireland's the closest bomber to him. Quinn on the short pass, looking for Downing. Over his head it goes. Also over the head of Rob Zara and over the boundary line for a boundary throw in. So, Ryan, can they do it? You've asked plenty of questions about where this game's heading. What are your thoughts?
No, I think Warners Bay will run this out. I think they'll create an upset today. I think... we've been saying all day, when are they going to come, Killarney Vale? I think it's probably too little too late now. They've got, they need to kick at least 6 goals to be level. In 11 minutes of game time, I can't see it happening. It looks like they've picked out a free kick here to the Bulldogs. Schindler Taylor is the one that delivers into half forward. And a mark taken there by... Anyway, it's Bartlam, the skipper. Swings around onto the left boot. Gee, that's a nice looking kick as well. Was it touched through? It was. One behind to Warners Bay, but the ball's at the wrong end of the ground for the Bombers. The skipper's going to be doing the kicking in, Brendan Lewis.
He goes out there wide now to Ryan Barrett. So Barrett now gets on the left boot, the familiar left boot. Good to centre wing. A good kick in there. Finds Rob Zara right on centre wing. You got to look, wants to go handball in there. Goes there as Quinn. Quinn puts the pressure on. Forces a scrubby kick forward there. Edwards can't get it. Marn gets there first. So once again, they've got the numbers there. Going to ground there. Was early. He's going to get a free kick.
Yeah, that was there. A little bit fumbly, but Lloyd was just a bit sloppy. Came over the top and knocked him in the head.
Cameron Earl. No, sorry, it's Chris Avery. Sorry, my apologies. It's going to be Avery. Halfback flank. Part of a very, very strong Warners Bay defence today. The kick goes out to the wing. Up they go there now. Is Downing, flies up. It comes back there now to McLean. He gets a handball in there to Rick White. Up against Roach. He gets a left-handed handball. And it comes to McLean again. He took 3 grabs to pick it up. That's the pressure's been applied. So it goes there to Prendergast. He gets a kick out there. If it sits up there, Jake Roach will pick it up. And they've got numbers. A good shepherd coming in from Atkin on White. As Roach has a kick, a goal. He looks pretty good. No, just a no. He didn't have his arm in the L's. Ball was coming in. I was keeping my eye on Roach. There was no celebration. There was celebration in the clubhouse, let me tell you, though.
I was going to say, we're in the Killarney Vale clubhouse at a home game, and the support for the Bulldogs is probably fourfold. So, look, they can smell a massive upset brewing here. We mentioned before they're 0-3. They dearly love to come to Killarney Vale and steal a victory. Boundary throw-in, half-forward flank. There's 9 minutes of game time remaining. Killarney Vale are going to have to kick at least 6 goals to be level with the Bulldogs.
Okay, up it comes there. It comes out there now. Back it comes to Stewart. Stewart there. Amity picks it up there, though. Burns used his body very well. Back it comes to Stewart. He puts the head down. He could be in trouble here. Should be holding the ball. Oh.
Gee whiz.
You know the funny thing about that, Ron? I reckon there was probably 2 or 3 decisions in that. And in the back wasn't one of them.
Yeah. What were you thinking? Ball up, holding the ball?
Or high.
Or high, yeah.
There were 3 that could. The only one I reckon it wasn't was in the back end. And it was in the back. And to make matters worse, it's a 50-metre free kick on top of that. So.
Yeah, I think Drano Emity said something to the umpire there. Probably very frustrated. His side 7 goals down at home. Roach has been instrumental in the second half. Another right foot kick. It's a messy sort of kick. It's a boundary throw-in, but Warners Bay won't mind that. And, you can just see the coaches on the sideline. They're starting to dream.
I don't think that short handball to Jake Roach has really worked today. I think he's kicked more out of bounds from those ones than he actually has, but he's certainly been a very, very good performer. He's kicked 3 goals. He's the leading goal kicker on the ground, and look, he's certainly in that second quarter when they actually moved him forward. He was certainly very pivotal in really establishing a commanding half-time lead. Out it comes there now by Zara. He gets it off there to Devon. Back it comes there to Young. He's going to handball back. And this is what they put the pressure on them all. They've just swarmed in packs to Warners Bay in their defence. Back it comes there now is Lenson. He gets a right foot kick. It goes there, but only going to go far there as it does to Jack Downing. And Downings takes a mark right on 50. He'll be outside 50. He'll take a very, very good kick.
Take your 30 seconds. Go back.
Been a bit of a goal kicker over the years, Jack Downing, for Warners Bay.
Downing, he's going to have to kick it, probably carry the ball 52, 55 metres. Gives it a good roost. Gee, it's a nice kick off the boot. It's on line. It hits the post. Makes you wonder, Gary. We went and watched Warners Bay. It was a big day for the club. The women played. They played Newcastle City, and they you don't want to use the word disinterested, but they just didn't look like this kind of side. They've travelled to Killarney Vale today and they've more than shown up.
Well, they just got blown away by Newcastle City the first 15 minutes of that game. Really, they kicked 6 goals, I think, in the first 15 minutes. I think it was 8 goals to 0 at quarter time. So, we'll be able to tell exactly where Warners Bay have come in next week when they actually front up again to Newcastle City. Yeah. So that's that'll be another good test for them. While Killarney Vale, they travel, I think they got Cardiff again. They're playing Cardiff at their pink day here. So, they'll get an opportunity here in front of what will be a very good crowd. And the other game will be Terrigal Avoca versus Nelson Bay. So, it'll be a good test. It's a good win. It is one win, and, it gets them on the board. That's the important part for them. And, when you're knocking off one of the big 3, that's when you're fighting probably with Cardiff and Nelson Bay for a spot in the 4. It's really an 8-point game. Yeah. And that's...
exactly right.
So, Island now on the right boot sits up there for Amity. He goes up too early, and it's going to be Avery takes the mark. Very good performance by Warners Bay. They've still got, look at that, they've still got numbers behind the ball. They're still working hard as Edwards is down in the goal square there, just holding...
They're going to run it out.
Yeah, as it comes down to Burns. Burns on the left boot. Goes there now. Bartlam can't take the mark. Goes down there, going in hard his green tree. Going also his nickel. Picked up by Lloyd. Lloyd ducked his head. They got just swarming there. They just have been able to, their ability to turn the ball over in those situations. White comes out there. Comes in there. Aiken. He goes in there. Metcalf, who's had a very, very good game. Over it comes to Bartlam. Goes back there. Gets a quick handball off the Pendergast. A scrubby looking left foot kick there. Goes right to Downing. Out it comes out to Quinn. He's on the right boot. On the lead there is Sorensen. Not going to reach him as he's with Rumpler. Coming back there quickly. All going was Quinn. Handball. The back. It comes to Prendergast. They just work the ball forward. It's in the goal square. Going down there. Got numbers down there. Both players go to ground. Schindler Taylor's going to pick it up. He goes to ground to slip there. He's going to be for a throw.
Kicks it long. They're out here, the Bombers. Castle Nouveau's got it on centre wing. They have to start moving the ball very quickly if they're to get close in this game. Rick White, he's had a good last quarter trying to lift his side. He swings onto that familiar left boot, and they're out. Here comes Mumford. Run, he says. He hasn't got too many options forward. Jackson Island does some good work and leads hard into the space. Pagan's paddock. Jackson Island, who probably has been the most damaging player on the ground in the second half.
Nah, I can't agree with you there, mate, to be perfect. He's been very good in the second half. He's been good. But you just look at the play he's had there, though. That was a good. He's run 50 metres to make a contest there, and that's what the good players do. He's certainly been he probably maybe one of Killarney Vale's better, but certainly not in relation to the game. Yet the Warners Bay players have still stood out there, and that's a good kick by Island. That's his second goal.
Hardly a celebration, though. They've still got to kick another 6 to be in front.
And I think that's probably the first time they kicked back-to-back goals since the first quarter, and that's and that's probably been the tale of the day, to be perfectly honest, Ryan. They've just to be perfect honest, you cannot take anything away from Warners Bay today. They've been the better side right from the word go. From the moment Josh Nichols kicked that first goal early and backed it up with a second to right now, even in the last quarter, they've just worked harder. They've put the best work rate I reckon I've seen from Warners Bay for years.
Yeah, absolutely.
They work together. Look, and they've done it without a great input from Scotty Bartlett. It hasn't been poor, but him and Ryan Barrett, neither of them have had a great influence on the game. But they've had a good comment. Joe McKern didn't play, who's been probably arguably the best player. So there've been a lot of players, who've done really well, and some of the unsung heroes have certainly put in. But they wouldn't have reached where they are without their ability of the hard work they've done. That's probably just their work rate and their ability to hunt in packs and just force Killarney under pressure that they probably haven't experienced probably this year. There's no doubt about that. And that probably includes the game against City last week, as Nichols going to get there. He gets a handball over top. That left-handed handball still a bit needs a little bit of work, but he certainly played well. It's taken nothing away from us. Barrett gets a left foot kick there. Back it comes there. McLean going in there was Avery going back there to Roach. Handball back to Marn. Marn's going to go out there to Downing. Downing's going to take the mark. But you're just looking there, and that was a perfect example. There might have been Avery there as a kick comes in, and Aiken, he's going to go back, and he deserves to kick a goal. But just that little bit of work there is when the ball comes out. Even if the Warners Bay player hasn't got the ball, he sticks an arm out for a seven, wants to block a bloke, puts his body on the line. It's the work they're doing off the ball that's been really impressive for me today.
Yeah, but Killarney Vale, grand final contenders last year in a red hot game. A few worrying signs.
Oh, not worrying signs. We're in round 4, I think, Ryan, at the end of the day, and that's touched on the line there. Round 4, they beat Newcastle City last week.
Exactly.
What influence did that have on them? Warners Bay played last. They played terrible in atrocious conditions. So, did they come in thinking today was probably going to be a little bit easy? Probably.
Yeah.
Which you can't. Which today shows that you can't do that. Because then if you don't turn up, well, you're going to get beaten. That's from a league perspective. Putting my league hat on now. That's what we want. We want all teams to be competitive. And Warners Bay they knew they were a chance. As we come back there, as Amity, he's going to go on the left boot. Shot at goal. Gets in there looking for Lewis. Going back there. Rowan Pfeiffer. Here we go again. That's just that pressure. That little bit of work. Working hard. You're leading by 30 points, and we've played 22 minutes. The easy option was, I won't. But Pfeiffer's run 25 metres to spoil that. So
very impressive. Pfeiffer's got it in the back pocket for Warners Bay. 2.5 minutes left to play, and this will be a famous victory for this club. Roach, he's been a tower today.
Yep. He gets it, plays on quickly again. Gets it going along. Hupper comes up, goes, oh! Dean Crotty, up you go, you're beauty. There's Bartlett on the right, but he goes spearing and looking for Sorensen. Sorensen's got a good play. What a grab, Dean Crotty.
Yeah, 2.5 minutes left in the game with tired legs on a wet track. Pretty good effort, isn't it?
Very good. And then got the handball off. Still had the awareness there. And Bartlett a good hit. And Ryan Sorensen's going to go back. He's kicked the one goal today. He played both ends of the ground. He's done I don't think there's a poor Warners Bay player, to be honest. So comes into that's nice. Right behind that. That holds its line.
They know it now, the Warners Bay fans. They've invaded the Killarney Vale Bombers clubhouse, and with 2 minutes of play remaining, it's the Warners Bay Bulldogs. Can you believe it? 12-16-88. They lead the home side, the Bombers, 6-14-50.
Yeah, look, it's been very impressive. They've been very good performance, haven't they? They've certainly been impressive with what they've done.
Yeah.
You can't take anything away from the job that Mark Bottrell's done. I was talking to him at half time, and he was pleased. We mentioned they had to do it for the 4 quarters, and we mentioned that at the beginning. They haven't done that, but they've certainly put 4 quarters.
I think we both probably expected Killarney Vale to come hard. We both were a bit apprehensive to say Warners Bay are in control, but they've for 4 quarters they've been the better side today, and good on them. They deserve it.
I don't think it's fair to Warners Bay to say that Killarney Vale didn't come at them. They come at them, and they didn't make the most of their opportunities. That's for sure. But then, but Warners Bay certainly made them pay when they didn't make the opportunity. I think it was in that. What was it, the second quarter where I think they had the first. No, it was 9-1. I think the stat man said with the inside 50s, and they kicked 1 goal. So 1 goal 8 or something like that. So there, Metcalf certainly been, he dropped that mark, but he's been very, very good playing on Rick Wise. Back up comes to Lloyd now. Lloyd would have been one of Killarney Vale's better players. Back up comes Ian McLean, but they're just going around in circles. Looks to go in short, and Rob Zara is going to, goes over the mark, plays on, off one step. It's going to go through, up it touches on the line. That just about sums it up, doesn't it? There wasn't the work going on there, and it's touch through. They've done a few of those today, forced them. A number of times the ball's just gone over the back of the pack and rushed through from behind, but really good work. And
really good to see for the league this as well. This is the kind of win that ignites a club. Everyone gets that belief back again. You get the great numbers to training and, put your season back on track after a pretty average start, Roach.
Yeah, good work. Strong play by Jake Roach. He gets it round there now on the right boot. He goes, not the best kick there, Scotty Bartlett, so I didn't really want it there. But anyway, comes to Rick White, a towering left foot kick. How's it going to go? Burns goes back there. This will probably go through from behind. No, Burns takes the mark under pressure from Ireland and then plays on quickly. Gets it out there to Avery. Avery marks right on defensive 50. He plays through that. Tries to get around Castelnuovo, does. Castelnuovo grabs him by the leg. And he gets it, and a free kick's going to go there.
Good decision.
almost 26 minutes gone. Not long to go now. 12-16-88 Warners Bay, 6-16-52 Killarney Vale. As Avery in the dying moments of the game. Once again, they're still working their structures.
You look across the back line for Warners Bay, Mann, Atkin, looking at Stewart down here. They've all really chipped in.
Simpson takes the mark there over the head of Bartlam. So Simpson has a time for another Killarney Vale goal. Goes now. Up they go. Avery. The defence won't allow that as Castelnuovo picks it up. Tries to brush the tackle of Quinn, but taken there by Mann. Certainly been very effective today. And the siren sounds. All over here at Adelaide Street Oval. And it's the Warners Bay Bulldogs. 12-16-88. Killarney Vale 6-16-52. That's a 36-point margin in favour of Warners Bay. We go to the goal kickers.
With the goal kickers, thank you very much, Gary. For Killarney Vale, 2 to Jackson Ireland, singles to Daniel Lloyd, Kyle Walford, Robert Zaha, and Ben Simpson. For Warners Bay, 3 to Jake Roach, 2 to Josh Nicol, 2 to Rodden Sorensen, singles to Scotty Bartlam, Jack Downing, Dean Crotty, Alex Metcalf, and Rob Schindler-Taylor.
Yeah, just a really impressive win from the Warners Bay Football Club. You can see the players' jubilation, after an 0-3 start to the season. They've travelled to Killarney Vale, last year's grand finalists, and they've knocked them off on their home ground. It's the kind of win that puts your season back on track. For the Bulldogs, I thought Jake Roach was sensational. Bartlam led from the front as well. Matt Mann had a terrific second half. Just going down the list, Josh Nicol was really competitive up forward. Alex Metcalf did a really good defensive job early on Rick White, played all over the ground. Anthony Atkin, one of the premier ruckmen in the competition, rucked all day, extremely decisive winner there. Thought Rob Schindler-Taylor competed really well across half forward as well. Looking over at the Killarney Vale side, I guess you could say Daniel Lloyd tried hard. When he got the footy, he looked really good. Jordan Evans' second half was good. Thought Brendan Lewis down in the back line was super competitive as well. We're going to go down to Gary Birkinshaw, who has Jake Roach with him. Down to Gary.
Right, joining me here is Warners Bay midfielder and one of their key players today, Jake Roach. Jake, congratulations on a great win.
Yeah, thanks, mate. It was probably the first 4-quarter performance I've done all year.
Yeah, we mentioned that in the commentary, how you put one good quarter. We go back to the first quarter or second quarter play against Newcastle City. That was fantastic. You really outplayed them. Today you put in a good 4-quarter performance, and what impressed me was just the way that the work rate you had all around the ground.
Yeah, it was good. Again, the first time this year we played, we did two-way football, and we finally got off to a good start, which we haven't done at all.
And yourself, I thought you played pretty well in patch. We've done a couple of your games beforehand. Today, I reckon, is probably the best all-round performance. That second quarter there, you really were dominant up forward and really gave them that momentum going into half-time.
Yeah, no, it was good to kick a couple of goals. I only really wanted to go up there for 2 minutes for a quick spell, but I ended up there for about 3/4. So, no, it was good. I'm proud of the boys.
Yeah, and your defence really, really strong down there. You know, Lincoln Stewart, Ben Burns, Matt Marn, they really stood tall.
They've probably been our best third all year out of the midfield and forward. They've really stuck by. So, no, it was good.
Yeah, good work, mate. Congratulations on a great win. There you go. Back to you up there, Ryan.
Gary down there with the Warners Bay player Jake Roach. Had a terrific game today, kicked 3 goals, played a lot of time in the midfield, and you can see the players' absolute jubilation when you travel. You just want to be competitive. They started the game so well. Josh Nickel kicked 2 early goals, and the Warners Bay Bulldogs, you can hear their fans. Standing ovation from the fans in the Killarney Vale sheds. They give them a clap off. Terrific effort today from the Warners Bay Bulldogs. Let's go down to Statsman with some scores from around the ground.
Thank you very much, Ryan, for them scores around the ground. Basically, from Don Small Oval at Division 1, it was Wyong Lakes 14-10-94, defeated Terrigal Avoca 10-10-70. At the in the midway through the fourth quarter, it's Maitland 12-10-82, leading Newcastle City 2-8-20. In the Black Diamond competition, it's Nelson Bay and Newcastle in the middle of 3 quarters at 9-9-63, Newcastle City 9. Nelson Bay 3-6-24. I'll hand you back to Gary for some more. When they get more score updates, I'll let you know.
Thanks very much, Statman. And you've gone through the best players, Ryan. You wrapped up a few of them. And who'd you come up with with the Subway Morissette player of the match?
I thought the man you spoke to, Gary, was probably the best player on the ground, Jake Roach. He kicked 3 goals, spent a lot of time in the midfield. Probably had 25, 30 possessions, was really competitive all day. Inside and outside was super competitive. So I for me, Jake Roach was the best player on the ground.
Yeah, look, I can't argue with that. I think he was very, very good. He's, you talk about, they had many good players, but I thought it was a pretty even team performance. But when you look at some individual things you do, you go through that, that second quarter there where he actually turned the game around with, some really good good finishes and made a real target up there. And that was when Killarney Vale were really challenging. So, look, I got no problem with that one, mate. Well done. Quick score, Statman, you got another one from Dick Burwell Oval?
I certainly do, Gary, from Dick Burwell Oval. It's full-time over there. It's 14-15-99 to Newcastle City to Nelson Bay's 5-6-36. Hand you back to Gary.
Okay, Ryan, well, just about here. We haven't got a final score there, but we know Terrigal Avoca are heading on their way to a pretty convincing victory. So today, Warners Bay, all the credit to them. Next week, we're on the road. We're doing Terrigal Avoca playing Nelson Bay. Just checking, not sure on the venue at this stage, but the first time we get to see the Bombers up against Nelson Bay, who are 2-2. So mate, on behalf of us here, Gary Birkinshaw, Ryan Webster, Andy the Statman Baldwin, from Adelaide Street Oval, it is goodbye.
Goodbye.
The Warners Bay Football Club would like to thank the following major sponsors: Black Butt Hotel, 7th Street Caravans, Bodyworks Physiotherapy, Creative Sensations, McKern Steel, and WBP Property Group, all proud major sponsors of the Warners Bay Football Club.
Don't miss the Wilson Security Black Diamond AFL this weekend. Entry to all games is free. Check out the game times and venues at bdafl.com.au. Black Diamond AFL and Prime 7, your local AFL team.
Star 104.5 and Black Diamond AFL would like to thank the following sponsors for making it possible to hit the field week in and week out. Wilson Security. Wilson Security is Australia's largest and most innovative security provider. Prime 7. In 2014, Prime 7 has more footy on more nights, live and free. Newcastle Herald. The Newcastle Herald plays an integral part in the Hunter community. Star 104.5. Star 104.5 plays the music we all love and proudly supports Black Diamond AFL. BLK. BLK, the official apparel supplier to the Richmond Tigers, Western Bulldogs, GWS Giants, Adelaide Crows, Gold Coast Suns and Brisbane Lions. Belmont 16-Footers Sailing Club. Located on the picturesque Lake Macquarie, Belmont 16s is one of the premier venues in the Hunter region, offering the very best in dining, promotions and entertainment. GE Industrial Solutions, partnering with the mining community in the Hunter for the last 50 years, delivering safe and reliable electrical equipment and engineering services to our customers. Sports Coast Trophy and Embroidery. Sports Coast Trophy are the leading supplier of trophies and embroidery on the Central Coast. Waratah Sports. Waratah Sports has been specialising in sporting equipment, sporting apparel and trophies and medals on the Central Coast for over 20 years. Subway Morisset. Subway Morisset is open 7 days a week, breakfast, lunch and dinner.
Car 33, proceed to level 2, check on its service.